We're live for our viewer, whoever it is. It's probably H or not. If it's not, hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Couch Cooperative. We are back to our normal content since I'm back in this chair and I'm not in that chair. Acho, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are continuing our journey through the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Adventure, The Rise of Tiamat. We have no major announcements other than that we may, just to be fair, we may have some tentative week or weeks off because it's the holiday season with Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. So if anything happens maybe last minute, we will reach out on our Twitter. We'll reach out on our Twitter to at least have the update if we are to be absent a week. Depends on how holidays are looking. So I don't have anything to say for certain. And I'm not speaking for everyone. So it's just an awareness. Outside of that, I don't think we have any major announcements to cover other than what level are we?
Right now,
13?
I have 13. Yeah,
crazy, dude. So wild. That's
I'm
nuts.
excited.
This is legitimately the highest level Dungeons & Dragons game that I've ever played. Yeah, as a player, the highest level I got to was 11. That was in a 1-year campaign. This is the highest I've ever DM'd because everyone starts dying at level 5 for some reason.
Someone still has to die.
I know someone still has to. If no one dies up until we fight Tiamat, I can for sure you, and I won't go out of my way to ensure that you all die, but if someone doesn't die, I'm going to be pissed. That just means my Tiamat's not good enough. So you better hope you can start reviving people. Outside of that,
I'm not a spellcaster, so
Trey doesn't want to take Revivify.
That's fair. He also didn't. You're the healer. It's really whack, but whatever. Last we left off, the Sword of the Council, our adventurers, our party, had traveled to the mountainous town, technically it's at the base of the mountain range of the Great Peak Mountain Range on the southern end, but the isolated town of Jeanthal's Tower, which was this secluded, almost oblivious, very friendly village of people that surrounded the tower, Jeanthal's Tower itself. The old, dilapidated tower that belonged to the former ancient wizard Jeanthal. The site of a group from the Cult of the Dragon, notably an individual named Iskander, who has offered the Blue Dragon Mask in return of saving him. He's in danger. So it seems that there's some infighting amongst the Cult of the Dragon. You guys arrived and had entered the hedge maze that surrounded this tower to find that there is some magical enchantment potentially placed by Jeanthal as a ward to prevent people from easily making it to the tower, in which you have found a sundial in the center of an 8-pronged intersection. You have gone through 4, 3. You are on the 4th sundial. It seems that there's a sundial puzzle. The first 3 sundials were pretty simple. You follow the pattern of where the shadows were pointing out from the sundial. The first one was in the direction that the sundial was pointing towards. The next 2 were based on the open spaces in between some of the where the arrows were pointing. But this 4th one was unique, in which, arriving upon it, you saw that the arrows, so the shadows were pointing out in the diagonal directions from the sundial. And as you waited, they began to slowly rotate. As they rotated, they picked up in speed. As the shadows were receding, so they started to decrease in length as they're spinning until the pinwheel reached the sundial itself and then proceeded to dissolve into the sundial before the shadow became no more. Now, confusion had kind of racked the party. This was not a cut and dry a pathway to mark out. So your initial idea was to follow some of the pointed patterned pathways. You arrived at multiple different, pretty massive garden, we'll say arenas. One with cyclopses and this boulder game. Another with a dark and murky pool with these strange, aberrant creatures. Another with these carnivorous plants. And this fourth one. You found a pagoda. At the center of the pagoda, a monastic-looking individual, bald hair, like all the kind of the works, had invited you out for some tea. There was a circular, like a spherical boulder of rock that this pagoda sat upon, and there was a ramp that led you up there. And upon sitting down on the cushions, the boulder began to shake as you all kind of had pause. The rock actually extended out of the boulder and has encompassed the entire pagoda. You find yourself trapped in this dome with a teapot. This teapot has begun to start spraying out mist from the tea that was being brewed prior to the rock protrusions. This the tea kettle itself, just to describe it, if I have it here.
Is it toxic?
You guys think we're getting gassed?
Maybe, bro, but I have antitoxin.
The tea kettle has a face, like a scowling face with thick features, and like a black cast iron kettle. This individual, the monastic person, began to recede into the stone before disappearing from your sight. It's just the four of you, Nute included, that are currently within this dome.
Can I open the tea kettle?
You may open the tea
Wait,
kettle.
what are you doing?
Well, I'm just trying to mess around. I don't know what's going on.
Can I, I'm gonna pull out 4 bottles of antitoxin, and I'm gonna hand them around and say, well, drink this first. I don't trust this at all.
I'll be fine. I'm immune to poison and disease. Don't worry about
When
me.
he does that, is there any way I can, like, find out what type of gas maybe this is? Like, is it
Mist.
something to worry about? Won't put us to sleep?
I'm
Some
gonna
poison?
drink
Go ahead and make a nature
Who's playing?
or
Do
a
you want-
medicine check for me.
Did you complain?
I did it last time.
What's in the tea kettle?
Great question.
If you played Nintendo.
No.
Can I empty it?
16.
A 16. Can you empty it? You find that as you try to empty out the contents of the tea kettle, while you pour out the water, you noticed a series of plants that are in here, like the leaves, the tea leaves of the tea kettle, which are burning. The burning from this, the smoke, is what's creating this vapor. It's Drake's word. It's a potentially lethal poisonous herb. You pour out the contents, but these plants are still smoking. At about this point, it has gotten so thick because it burns so fast.
I eat the plants.
Whoa.
I'm immune to poison.
Hold on.
I mean, that's fair, but...
I need everyone to roll an initiative for me.
Huh? Bro, you must be playing.
Fuck.
Oh, shit. I finally rolled good, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, not as good as me, bro.
What'd you roll?
26.
You're fucking piece
Okay,
of
so you,
shit.
so you got a 26.
Feed me the leaves.
22.
22. And what'd you get, Arboris?
A 7.
A 7. And then what did Nute get?
A bad roll.
Gosh darn it, dude. Am I gonna play new?
Yeah.
I don't want to play
I have
new.
the spells.
Make
You
your
have
trip
his
plan.
spells?
Make your trip
What
plan.
is...
I did it last time.
Man.
Nose goes.
Nute
I
got
wanna play
a
two
10.
spellcasters again.
I don't want to play Nute at all. I'm gonna start talking to myself. I'm gonna start talking to Nute and then me and then Nute if I'm playing Nute.
That's my main page.
Where's that's Nute spells too?
Nute, yeah, I fucked up and put it on my main page.
Let me talk to you. Which ones are his? Which ones? Oh, what the fuck? That's Nute's spell list?
Have fun.
Omar. I don't mean to
Just
be
start
that guy,
erasing
but I'm
stuff.
gonna be that guy. You have all this?
He probably has all of his spells online.
That's not even as much.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Those are spell slots.
Oh yeah, Omar wasn't here last time, was he?
Actually, we talked to you guys because you can get a 6th level spell
Bruh.
so you can cast these.
What is he? He's a sorcerer, right?
Right, he's a wizard.
How does his magic work? I've never played it.
It's mixed between known and prepared casting.
Okay.
He's got a spell book that has X amount of spells in it, and he can prepare a specific amount based off of his character level and his intelligence modifier.
Did you put
Okay,
6
that
level
makes sense.
spells
So
down?
that's
Roughly 18 if he's got a 20.
18, yeah.
Yeah.
18. Yeah, no, yeah.
So he's got 18 spells he can have prepared.
Perfect.
Out of the, like, 20 to 30 he's going to have in that book.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. When can you re-prepare them? Every long rest?
You can prepare them, yeah, basically the start of every, at the end of every long rest, you can prepare your spells again.
Okay.
And then the spells that are in his spell book, he can't change. He can only add new ones in there. And if you're ever to find another spell book, you can always replace your spell book with another spell book.
Oh shit. That would be kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah, so there's some campaigns that have pre-written spell books, and they'll tell you all the spells that are in it, and so then when you throw away your spell book, then those are the spells that you're able to pull from, and again, same thing, you can only prepare a certain amount out of that spell book. So most wizards just copy the spells into their spell book because they don't want to throw away the spells that they chose.
Dude, this is
Which is fair.
overwhelming.
That's also fair.
I'm gonna go potty while you fill that out.
No.
Ethan, you into MMORPGs?
Not really. I played Final Fantasy 14 online once.
Destiny.
Guy is just sitting there all curled up.
Yeah, that's what she does. A lot of times when I'm working, she sits right outside the door, and so then when I open the door, she immediately tries to bolt in, and I gotta be like, hey, whoa, 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 get out of this room. I am busy.
What's Blade Song is in bonus action? Right.
Yes, it is a bonus action to enter the Blade Song. That would be a correct assessment. Well, while we're waiting for you to kind of get a rough set of spells out and for him to return from the restroom.
You said he is up to 6th level? He isn't
He-
even 5th.
First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Yeah, because once you hit level 14, that's when I think you get 7th level spells. Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Which is stupid. I haven't had 7th level spells in the game. It's nuts, dude. Like, it's crazy. You guys are doing things in D&D campaigns I have not seen before. And I've been playing this game for years. It's a fun experience. I guess we'll just throw out that the next campaign that we're playing, once we wrap this one up, while we're waiting on just a few little things, is Storm King's Thunder. So that will be our next full-length campaign that we will be streaming once we are done here. We are currently working on characters. We will not say what those are yet. We won't hype because they are not done.
But we'll have the minis ordered within the next 2 weeks.
That would be a smart
And we
idea.
might reveal it on the social.
It probably would have been. We probably would have placed the order 2 weeks ago if you guys weren't stuck at this tower for a month. I know you guys can fight dragons and demons. That entire battle map that I constructed with the city square, you guys can do that just fine. I give you a sundial puzzle, and you guys are done. It takes 3 sessions. You guys can't figure it out. Man, I'm just like, oh no. Tell me your D&D group is a combat preferred group without telling me your D&D group is a combat preferred group. Hakon, you are the first to go with a 26. So, whenever you are ready, I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Damn.
Okay. Well, I'm ready on new tape, so let's do this.
Con check.
That is a Constitution?
Yes.
My word, bro. 21.
21, you do succeed, so you only take 4 points of poison damage.
Ow.
Because the smoke, the vapors are starting to, as you're breathing them in, they're starting to, they just get painful. You can feel the burn throughout your body, so you do your best to kind of only take in breaths as needed. You control your breathing, so it kind of reduces a little bit of the pain. You also can tell that while the steam was coming out of the tea kettle at a faster rate than the leaves are currently burning, that Arboris dumping the tea kettle out has mitigated its efficiency.
Okay.
Has reduced it. But it is your turn.
Good
So
job, man.
what would you are stuck in this pagoda. The pagoda itself is not damaged, but you are completely encased in a spherical dome of rock, of solid rock.
There's a crease there. Close.
Huh?
There's a crease very close.
And there's no
No.
like
Just
active
solidified.
targets.
Well, no,
around,
because
right?
the pagoda was on top of the boulder. You say? Can you repeat the question? Maybe I misheard you.
Because I'm picturing like a rock that flows like a Venus flytrap.
Kind of, but not really, because the rock Venus flytrap would have had the ends available. Something weird happened with this, like magical, in which the stone wall that comes out of the rock that turned into the sphere basically shot out. So think of like a rectangular pattern jutting out of the rock and then curving around on both ends, or on all ends really, and just kind of meeting up at the top. So it's yep.
So there's no like active targets around, right?
No. Yeah, there's a tea kettle in Arboris' hands. There's some leaves that are burning on the ground. There is a fire that the tea kettle was on that is still. It is a small fire. It's still going.
I'm going to use my, I believe it is clairvoyance. Everyone lets me see the decision of an action. No, never mind. I'm sorry. It's Audrey. I'm gonna use my turn to start casting Audrey, and I want to get the results of smashing the tea kettle.
How long does Audrey take?
A minute.
That is going to
10
be
rounds.
10 rounds of combat.
There's no enemies.
I'm aware.
I can stop casting it though, at any round as long as it's my turn, right?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So you grab out a series of bones, laying them out on the ground, and you guys watch as his ancestral spirits kind of convene in this shamanistic circle around him, and it seems that they are communicating spiritually amongst each other while he begins to conduct the augury ritual. And that is your turn.
Yeah.
So we go to Lux. You're up next. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. 17. You also take 4 points of poison damage because you do succeed. Same circumstances kind of surround you.
Where's it from?
What is that?
An envelope.
What's in it? Maybe that was the letter from Iskander.
Dragon Ring, Lemura, Iron Cloak.
Whoa.
Fear or Operation. Wait, I feel like I shouldn't be reading this out loud.
Wait, put it away. I don't think we should read this.
Oh, that might be Nute's. Yeah, put that away. Wait, let me see.
Why do I feel like
Wait, hold on. Let me see that. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it.
Wait, hang on. Give me a second.
No, let me see that because I can confirm if this is something I've given you or not.
Why did I have?
No, you guys have already read this. Yeah, you can read that. You guys received that already.
Because that was just in my notebook.
Yeah, no, you guys have already received that. That was the caravan, I believe. Yeah, that was the caravan.
Thank you.
I was like, wait a minute. No, you guys are good. So yeah, same circumstances, Lux. What would you like to do?
I have a canteen. Do I?
Yes, you would have a water skin.
Okay. Can I pour it on the fire?
Yeah, you can put the fire out. The fire is currently out. You seem to identify that a lot of the steam was originally from the mixture of the Drake's wort with the water, and now it's coming from the Drake's wort itself, which is still basically like burning.
Okay. Can I drink the antitoxin?
Yourself? Like you drink your dose of antitoxin? Sure.
Hell yeah. And we both have advantage on.
There's rock everywhere. What was down? Is it wood?
Yeah, because you guys are still on the pagoda, so it's like a wood platform. A lot of cushions, a lot of like pillowed cushions. One of them is sopping wet with a bunch of plants on it, a bunch of the Drake's wort on it.
How much Drake's wort is it?
Catch fire, bro.
A lethal amount.
How much is burning?
The lethal amount.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it. All of it's burning.
Even though it's wet?
Yeah.
How much leaf worth?
Gotta love magic.
How much leaf worth do I have to eat?
Drake's wort?
Drake's wort, yeah.
That's a great question.
Are there any holes in the rock?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
A 10.
You do not see any holes in the rock. I would call that your bonus action.
Cool. There's something cool, bro.
I mean, I may be able to get out.
Hold your breath.
Just. Can I Misty step up?
Nope, because you can't see. You gotta be able to see outside.
Hold your breath.
Technically, you can dimension door out if that was available for you. Just Misty Step, no. That one requires sight.
Wait, so the wood's elevated though, right?
Correct.
So under, is there still rock?
Great question.
Can I Misty step under?
No, because you have to be able to see it. Misty Step requires sight.
I'm thinking like a porch with those like little cracks. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. You can't see beneath the pagoda. Yeah.
Can I just poke a hole
In the wood? With what?
in my dagger?
Sure. Make an attack roll.
The strength attack roll?
This would be a strength-based attack roll. Because you're stabbing into the ground.
You should use like firebolt.
So just proficiency bonus plus strength.
Plus strength?
Yes, because you're stabbing into the ground. So you're trying to break through the wood. I wouldn't call that a dexterity usage of this dagger at all. Otherwise, you're just trying to, like, whittle the
Unless
wood.
you burn all the fucking Draco leaves and kill
Would I
yourself.
would I be able to firebolt a hole into it, or would
It's a great question.
it light it on fire? Maybe once.
You want to, if you, I mean, you can try. You can find out.
I'll firebolt it.
You'll firebolt the ground? Okay. Go ahead and roll fire damage. I'll say that because you're firebolting the floor, it'll hit. Go ahead and make an attack roll to see if you crit and do additional fire damage. 19? You lucky son of a gun. That's what, 3d10 though? 0, 0, 0.
Nice. Plus 2. 18,
15 points of damage? Okay. The ground, the wood gets peppered with this firebolt that you're able to just immediately just look down and just surge into the floor. There's an impact. The wood is immediately blackened where the firebolt strikes and has begun to spark in ember in places around it. So it's like you can see that it is weakened the wood, but nothing has caught fire.
Oh, shoot.
So it's like looking at a log while the log's in the fire, how it gets like dark, really, really charred, and parts of it kind of glow with an ember. That's what it was looking like, but there's no active fire currently.
I like my marshmallows black. Just like that wood. Why are you...
I like my marshmallows to stay on the stick. Sometimes they'll fall off the stick.
Melty.
How do you like your marshmallows?
Warm.
That's it?
Those are warm.
Do you get them brown at all?
However.
You don't care? What if it's black?
They're fine.
Really?
Chewy.
Like charred?
Yeah, crunchy.
So you
all
like
around.
switch it up all the time?
I don't care.
off.
Dude, I usually just, I'm like, hey bro, like, will you make my marshmallow? And they're like, I got you, bro.
That's fair.
I make the best marshmallows, so I'm like, I bet you do, dog. It's so good every time.
Everyone knows.
A free marshmallow is a good marshmallow, is what he's saying.
Fuck.
Whose turn is it?
New taste,
It
probably.
is... Yeah, what did Nute roll?
10.
It is Nute's turn.
Nute's gonna look at you, and he's gonna go, I know what you're trying to do, man. And he's gonna cast Dimension Door and think of the spot in the maze right before entering the pagoda. And
Okay.
He's gonna bring Lux with him.
Sure you want to bring me?
He's the only one. You're the only one who can't. You're the other spellcaster, bro. If anyone's gonna figure this out, it's you two.
Do you go... You do have to be willing.
You have to be willing, bro.
Okay,
Alright.
so you watch as Nute,
Wait, I'm left here?
And
with Hakon.
You can
Yeah.
breathe.
Hakon's just praying.
Yeah.
He goes ahead and like
Shit
conjures
out right
the
now.
dimension door, grabs you both, both jump into it, and it closes behind you as you're outside the pagoda.
And then as we get outside,
In the sky,
oh fuck, oh fuck,
above the rock,
oh fuck.
is a creature you have not seen before. This creature, the flesh of it is earthy, kind of crusted and cracked like rock, like stone.
What?
The face is masculine, but it's like stone jawed, like chiseled in regards of like rigid like structure. These Egyptian-like robes, these very silk patterns that kind of wrap around at a kind of like a top knot of this weird like mossy like hair that looks like natural to the stone. Where you would imagine legs on the bottom half of this creature, you see this wisp that looks like a miniature, almost like dust storm. And in this creature's hands, this massive mallet.
Primordial or something, bro.
Massive mallet.
What? Nute's gonna look at you and go, I knew something didn't feel right about this, and he's gonna activate his blade song with his bonus action.
Alright, I'm gonna have to roll initiative for this creature.
Well, it gets to go before me.
And that is Nute's turn.
Oh, this is...
Just pray and fucking rock.
Okay, so we have Hakon at 26.
This is how Ethan will beat us. He'll trap us and then take us out one by one.
No, I don't think you guys are gonna... I don't think anyone's at risk of dying. Other than Nute.
Can we tame
Because
it?
he's not here. Good freaking luck, dude. Not here. Okay, and then
He probably wants to play me.
Nute's a 10, Arboris rolled a 7, and then this creature also rolled a 7.
What?
But he has a lower dexterity, so you're going to go first when it
Cool.
cours to that. It is now Arboris' turn.
Okay. Does the wood look breakable below me?
I mean, the wood does look breakable, especially in the area that he charred. It looks a lot. The structure of it has definitely been weakened.
Can I look for any holes? Or anything out of the ordinary that might...
There are no holes in the ground. Your passive perception, there's no holes in the rock. You either can try to... You could try to punch your way out, but there's no separation, there's no holes, there's nothing that like opens up into space. Your passive perception would see that.
I'm gonna punch the wood.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll against the wood.
An 18.
An 18. You strike right through the charred wood, and you shatter it down to right beneath, or like right above, technically, your elbow, before your fist hits against solid stone. You're completely encased in rock.
Can I eat the leaves?
Yeah, you grab one of the leaves.
Only one? How many leaves are there?
There's quite a few. You grab
Okay.
one. You can take an action to gather all of them.
And
Well, you've
swallow
already
them
used
all?
one of your attacks, so you could use the second, I'll say the second attack of your action to gather half of them,
I'm gonna use...
and then I will let you use a bonus action to consume them.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
But I'm immune to poison.
I'm very well aware. Very well aware.
I failed.
What'd you roll?
6.
A 6? You are starting to get nauseous because you are eating leaves. So the texture and the taste, it's
That's
bitter,
fine.
it's disgusting, and you're starting to get nauseous. You feel a little sick to your stomach, kind of reactionary. You can feel the bile in the back of your throat. We'll have another attempt on your next turn. The creature is up next.
Oh gosh.
Damn it.
Oh gosh.
I need Lux.
Oh no.
You see as this creature. What languages do you know?
I know Common and Draconic.
What languages does Nute know?
Common, Elvish, Draconic, and Abyssal.
Good. In a language neither of you know. You see this creature with this giant hammer in one fist kind of leaves it in the air, and it kind of hovers around him for a moment. And you can see his arms begin to kind of cross, and this dust-like magical energy begins to kind of glow with like a green and yellow glow. As that happens, his hands flash outwards, and this magical kind of wave flies in both of your directions. As it passes you, you look off to the side, because you both kind of react and cover your eyes. You know, you don't want anything to get in, like dust or anything like that. And as you look around, you see on ground level, not 30 feet away from you, wings encompassed around his form as they begin to open up, these large red leathered wings, black scaled body, torso, horns, side of the head, and a tail, and massive hoofed feet,
Infernal.
which are new.
You knew
You have not seen your brother with hoofed feet.
Nah.
And you see Lux Everest standing opposite of you, not 30 feet away. And the body kind of looks up as the wings extend. With that, I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
This isn't your brother.
God.
Oh, I think a fail.
I'm using my inspiration. fuck, dude? That shit's scary.
You look at this. You look at what seems so real. This physical form of your brother standing opposite of you, conjured from some of the darkest and deepest recesses of your mind. And you hear a voice in the back of your head. Do not waver. Do not falter. And you think for a second as you try to remain the last ounce of courage. You recognize something. This depiction of your brother doesn't carry the same confident posture. Doesn't see. There's also this sign that you can see of life in your brother when you look this monster in the eyes, and you see it devoid of that. It's a conjuration. It's an illusion, nothing more. And it does not affect you. That is the creature's turn. As you recognize that it is an illusion, the illusion fades.
Wow.
That is the creature's turn. Hakon, you are up. Your turn is over. Real quick, make a Constitution saving throw for me, though.
Oh!
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't take your turn.
Oh no, dude.
You're up next.
You cast the augury, dude. He's got the next 10 rounds to do nothing.
I got a 13.
A 13. You just succeed. So you are going to take another 4 points of damage. Of poison damage. Lux, you're up.
Fireball.
Come on, bro. Do something cool, bro.
Yeah.
Nute got you out of there.
Save us. I just ate a bunch of leaves.
So pull us out.
Do what? You pull yourself out.
What do you do?
You cast
A Nute pulled you out, bro.
Yeah.
Now help Hakon.
you go back.
And pull one person out.
One at a time,
I'm not
bro.
doing jack
That's
shit.
gonna burn all 3 of my 4th level spell slots, bro. What do you not understand about resource management?
That's fine.
No. Hakon's a waste of a spell slot.
Dude, you've got fucking up to 6 left.
Well, I can breathe.
Use more spells.
If Hakon leaves, then I don't have to worry about eating the rest of these leaves.
Well, I'm gonna figure out what happens when we break that Tiamat.
Nothing.
Is there any way I can tell what stone would take more damage? Like, what would be harmful to stone?
Pickaxe.
So my brother, there's a creature.
You said pickaxe?
A pickaxe would, yeah.
I cast pickaxe.
I mean, it looks to be. It appears to be natural stone.
I'm going to.
So I will let you be creative.
I'm gonna guiding bolt.
The creature.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
You.
Boom.
Pretty big number. Does a 29 hit?
Yes, it does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 29.
What would that not hit? I think it's like the only thing that would
Probably
is
a Tarrasque.
Yeah.
What level did you cast this at?
Fifth.
Fifth? Yeah, it would. I think it would have been. I think it would have been
Above-
reflected if it was a
above a 30,
Tarrasque. I
right?
think Tarrasques
Or 30.
reflect spells of 6th level and lower. I think they're just flat out immune.
I mean, yeah.
They're
I
literally
doubt
just
that.
party.
They just shoot back at you.
They're not even monsters. They're party.
That's gonna be our next one shot. It's just a fight against the Tarrasque.
If we're
Level 20
Well,
adventurers.
like a Tarrasque at level 20 versus a Tarrasque at level 16
It's
is
still hard
way
as fuck.
different. Shit.
I don't think it's way different. I think it's equally as you're dead. You guys would be dead in like 2 rounds, and it's like, all right, that's our one shot, guys. We spent a great 20 minutes playing D&D. Hope you guys have a great day. See you next week.
Yeah, you would get one shot, bro. Like the second he gets a turn.
You
on
guys
us,
play
like-
against Tiamat and you get 5 dragon breaths in 1 round, and you guys are just wiped out. It's like, all right, guys, that was the boss. Next campaign.
She can't hit me. Green.
You're just immune to at least one of the breaths.
Woohoo. I'll just target the green head.
You can roll damage now. Yeah, that's what would happen. If the green head can't do anything, there's always the white head. Or the black head.
My friend Tiamat.
Or the blue head. Or the red head.
Not if
We like the red head.
If you cast haste on me, it'll make me unstoppable.
If I cast Immovable Rod on you, that would make you immovable.
Oh, I missed that item. I used to have that item.
Always a fun one.
Damn.
Click a button, walk away.
Yeah.
16, 18, yeah.
I never used it.
Number. More? Bro, don't tell me there's more, dude. What the? Dang. 24. Dang. 30. Dang. 34. Dang, bro. 40.
How much?
40.
40 points of damage?
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
he break it?
Advantage.
Yeah, so you, with your scepter, you go ahead and send out this, emboldened, guiding bolt, which as it flies towards this creature, you see as he tries to reach out with its hand and catch it, to kind of deflect it, and as it strikes into the hand, you watch as his arm kind of gets pushed back, and a confusion ripples on his face before the bolt gets thrown into him. Before it explodes in a divine light, you can see the creature, and at that point grabs out at the mallet and brings it in. The shimmers around him that makes the next attack against him at advantage. That's going to be your turn. So Nute's up next, and then Arboris, you're on deck.
Would I have movement?
Technically,
How far from
I mean, you're like 40 feet away.
40 feet?
Yeah,
Back up 10 feet. I'm like,
go for it.
doesn't look happy.
Nute is going to. Let me double check.
What happens if he leaves the stone ball?
I should be able to. I'm going to cast Dimension Door again, but this time can he open the other side of the door from the inside of the.
No, you can't cast Dimension Door and pull someone out. Dimension Door is a teleportation for you, not for someone else. That's why you're able to bring someone with you, but it's not. That's not what it does.
Put Katray
What about
back
the
in.
plane? What is it? Blink, right?
Blink?
It don't matter.
No, blink makes you as a person blink, so that it's harder to hit you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because it blinks you into the ethereal plane, blinks you out, blinks you in, blinks you out, blinks you in, blinks you out. So you're constantly in and out and in and out and in and out. Yeah. So it makes you blink. And then there's blur, which is like that, but it makes you blur. A lot of movement.
First
Give me
flash.
one sec. Give me one sec.
First flash.
Darn it.
I eat the
Wait.
leaves.
Wait, next set of leaves, we'll get there in a second. Like, as much as you can Dimension Door, I'll let you go in there, but...
Nute's gonna cast Haste on himself,
Okay.
and then he's gonna use Dimension Door to enter again into the room. Can I do that right?
No, because you can't cast 2 spells in 1 turn.
Darn it! Alright, fine.
Spellcaster's not
Alright.
easy.
But
Well, we're trying.
if I cast Haste on myself,
Right. You'd have a second action, you
And
just
then
can't cast 2 spells in 1 turn.
but
Unless it's a cantrip. No buts.
yeah, I can attack twice with a cantrip, so I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
You can attack once with a cantrip.
No, but with my Arcane Tradition feature, it says I can attack
You can
twice.
You can attack twice with the attack action, in which one of them could be a cantrip,
But if I use Haste, and then I have a second action now, I can take the attack action.
which is only for 1 attack on the hasted action.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, spellcasters aren't hard or easy. Yeah,
So how
lot of
many,
rules.
So how many Firebolts can I throw at this fool?
1.
Alright, fine. Is that a D20 roll?
It would be, and it's at advantage because he has been. There was a guiding bolt.
I don't even need it, bro. Do I crit on 19 or not?
No.
Darn it. Alright, fine. Well, it's a 19 plus 10.
That will hit. Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead and start 3d10 fire damage.
Yo.
Flat.
29.
1,
29.
2,
29 definitely.
3. Darn. 11, 13.
13 points of damage.
I don't
Okay.
think we're gonna
The firebolt is sent out in his direction. You see the fire kind of goes across the torso of this creature. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as the guiding bolt has done, but it does strike. That's going to be Nute's turn.
That's action, bonus action. Yeah, that's alright.
I mean, that was technically both actions. It was haste and then firebolt.
I
Yeah.
have an act or a bonus action.
Yeah, the bonus action.
Well, because if you haste, you do the action right then and there, right? Plus blade song.
Bonus action punch.
I mean, you could hate Blade Song as a bonus action.
I bonus action. I bonus action Blade Song last round. So that's why I'm like, okay,
Gotcha.
I don't have any bonus action.
Right. So there really isn't much you can do. And that's fine.
Unless-
Wait, how many can you attack? 3 times if you have blade song and haste? Right?
Because it lets you use a bonus action to attack, does it? What does Blade Song give you?
I don't know.
I think it doubles his speed. Or it adds like 10 feet of movement to his speed. It adds something to his speed and to his armor class.
It gives him wizard rage.
Wizard Rage.
I mean, it says as an
That's what
arcane
it
condition
is.
creature, you can attack
Wizard
twice.
rage.
Right, so he can use the attack action to attack twice. Because it's kind of a martial wizard.
Right.
Normally he
So-
wouldn't be able to do that almost in any circumstance.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. So the Blade Song feature should be up on the whatever would be the level 1 ability.
But it says you can cast a
Wait,
cantrip
haste-
in place of
haste-
an attack.
A case of one of the attacks.
Darn it.
Not the attack action.
Why did he not write this one?
Because he's not that specific.
It's alright.
Advantage on
I forgive you,
Whenever
Omar.
it's your AC.
I'm just trying to bend the rules.
And I'm here to tell
Alright,
you
that's
no.
Nute's turn.
Awesome. Arboris, you are up next.
Yeah.
No,
Wait.
just play.
Starting at 6th level.
I'm gonna
you
eat
can
the rest
attack
of the
twice
leaves.
Instead of once.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's not normal for wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you eat the rest of the leaves? Make a con save for me.
Easy.
Do it. Yeah, you're eating all the leaves.
If I've ever rolled a nat 20, it's now.
I sure hope.
If God is real, it's a nat 20.
It's going to be a nat 1 now that you've tested it.
It was a 16.
That's pretty good. With the 16, you are able to swallow this half of the leaves. Because you are currently eating them. I'll say that's your bonus action. And you do so. The sick feeling is still in your stomach, but it hasn't gotten any worse, and you're able to finish the leaves.
Is there still smoke?
Yes, from the other half of the leaves, because you're only able to get half of them.
Can I use an action to eat the rest of the leaves?
Yes. Go ahead and make another con save for me.
Can Hakon use a reaction to smell the leaves? Do they smell yummy?
No, dude, they're
No,
toxic.
They're poisonous.
A 5.
My
Kinda
favorite.
curious,
A 5?
man.
Okay.
Can I use my other
So
action
you're buying
to eat it
those
up?
leaves or something.
You try to eat the second half of the leaves, but that same taste, it causes the bile to become reflexive, and you clutch your stomach. You see as he drops down to his knees, and is, for the next full round, you will be incapacitated from puking.
When I'm puking.
For the next full round, yeah, because you are puking heavily.
Oh my gosh. Hakon stopped smelling the leaves.
Now he smells the cheese. Bit of curdled cheese. That's going to be Ouroboros' turn. The Dow is up next.
That's his name?
You watch as this creature reaches out with one arm. And reaches out to the ground in this primordial tongue that you do not know. The ground around you specifically begins to kind of shake and vibrate, and you kind of look around, and it seems to be vibrating a little bit behind you. You stop for a second as you hear the explosion of rock. What?
Dude, does Nute have counterspell?
Probably not.
Darn it. Nute.
You wish to counterspell it?
Yes.
Okay. What level?
Oh, max. New max, dude. Come on, dude. Don't play around.
5th?
Don't play around. Is that the biggest you can go, bro? Go big, dude.
You're gonna really piss this guy off.
No.
The ground behind you begins to shake as you realize that it seems this creature is getting ready to conjure something. So immediately you reach out with your scepter and reactively go to counter this spell. And within moments, the ground beneath you, it calms, it silences. And you can see this creature with his open fist looks down at his hand and just closes it tightly before gripping it around the handle, and he drops into the ground.
Are we free?
His smoke turns into legs, and then he disappears into the floor.
Now you know you're fucked.
Hakon, you are up next. Make a Constitution saving
You're
throw.
about to fight that guy from fucking My Hero that phases through walls. The dude who's supposed to be #1 hero if he didn't fucking, yeah.
So 19.
19. You take 4 points of poison damage, and you are now, because you've made 3 successes in a row, you are now immune to the vapors for the remainder
so
of
I
its
need to
time.
eat these fucking leaves.
No, you didn't.
Fuck.
But I wasn't gonna tell you.
God damn it.
I mean, I have 7 more rounds to go before I decide whether.
Yep, that's your turn.
Wait,
Look.
I can't decide.
Why
to
don't you just
stop.
break it?
Can I decide to just get frustrated and break the teapot instead?
You wish to just break the teapot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you wish to break the teapot?
You said that with conviction.
With Hazaron.
I mean, I'm just trying to make sure I know what he's trying to do.
Like,
So you wish to strike it.
And I want Hazaron to feel how frustrated I am. Like I tried, bro, but I just can't deal with this.
So you wish to strike it with your
we've been
weapon.
here so long.
Okay,
That, yeah,
make an
Hazaron's
attack
gonna
roll.
cut-
Am I throwing up leaves next to him while he's doing this?
You're throwing up your lunch next to him,
Oh.
and your stomach, and like, I would say maybe the first few heaves were food and stomach contents. The rest of it is just dry heaving and just like liquid, like bile, and your mouth is foamy. No poison. You're not poisoned. You're immune to that.
Hell yeah.
So that's the worst I can do to you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
Nice. It's gonna be 22 points of slashing damage.
What was the attack roll?
Oh, it was an 18.
Okay, you said 22 points of slashing damage?
What was
Yeah.
its AC?
Okay, 5.
That's a pretty high AC for a turtle.
You pull Hazaron out and slam the blade straight into the tea kettle. It shatters this tea kettle. As the blade strikes, there's like a brief flash of light from like sparks, and then the tea kettle shakes. You see cracks of light surrounding it like a spider or like glass, like webbing out before the tea kettle just bursts. On the ground where the tea kettle was left is a green emerald about the size of your palm.
What? Dude, Nick, you could have done this 3 rounds ago.
Can I pick it up?
You pick it up.
An emerald?
and I put it away.
Okay.
If nothing happens, I put it away. That's my action. Do I have a bonus action still? Or
Technically.
What's my bonus action?
You hear Hazaron in the back of your mind.
Do anything with a bonus action, bro.
I am not some tool to be used to destroy utensils.
Sorry. I got pissed, bro. Like I was.
Good.
Taking too long.
Feed into your anger. Let it power you. Let it make you stronger.
So I'm just role-playing.
He's just in the back. You guys can hear it.
Get through the stone.
Yeah, because it's like muffled.
What
is that?
happened in there? You think we're dying? Let me get some water.
I'm sorry.
You just hear Hakon go, take that!
Nothing changed though. Like none of the stone went away. Nothing.
Oh no! Nothing changed. Nothing
Can
changed.
I look around? Is there any kind of cutout in the shape of this emerald?
No, it's just a cut gem. It looks pretty good. It's about the size of your hand.
Great gem. Can I throw the gem at the wall? Can I do that with the bonus action?
You could. It would strike the wall. It strikes the wall and clatters off.
It doesn't break.
No, it doesn't break.
If I could get out of here, I don't know how to get out of here. 2 bones. Dude, fine. Can I just? Well, I don't know anything else I can do. No, I mean, I'm gonna turn to a Boris and go. I don't know. Dude, you think a barbarian has dimension door? And that's my turn as Hakon.
Okay. Hakon is too busy puking, so he's not paying attention to you. Lux, you're up. Nutay's next. You do not see this creature. You do hear the sound of the small muffled explosion from within the.
Wait, there's an explosion?
Yeah, because he destroyed the kettle.
Oh.
And then he chucked the emerald against the wall, and nothing happened.
But I picked it up.
Yeah.
Nice.
What did you do, Lux? And then Nutay's on deck.
Voldemort's last word.
How much is that green emerald worth?
Good question.
Oh.
It's worth 100 gold.
Oh man.
Nick's a gold.
Never mind. I don't pick it up.
Imagine being so good. You're like, yeah, I don't need material items. This thing is broke.
Didn't you give away
Look at
all
this
your money
brokey.
already? How much more money?
Looks
do you
at the
have?
emerald. You're poor.
I'm like that.
I'm literally currency. You're
much more money
broke
do you
currency.
have,
You're
Nick?
poor currency. You belong to the peasantry, you emerald.
Nick, how much more money do you have?
Enough to pay the butler.
Dude, I thought you gave it all away.
Wait, you Lux.
I bet you still have a fat chick in there.
Hakon is a smart guy. He just plays the fool.
Hakon's an investor. He
We
paid
do.
us enough money for us to get off his ass.
You think Greenish rebuilt itself?
I bet no penny's gone to green.
Yeah, you can. You use your action and use the dodge action.
I don't care.
Yeah, you're waiting. Okay, Nutay, you're up.
He's gonna go ahead and dimension door back into the rock,
Okay.
and then he's gonna. Can I dimension door with a Boris back out of the rock?
No. You can cast a cantrip.
Why do you want to?
But you do dimension door back in,
Alright, let me-
and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw because the vapors are still in here.
Hold your breath.
What?
Wait, hold it.
Hey,
Why does no one want to hold
You
their
get a
breath?
bonus to
That
your
doesn't
bonus
matter.
save.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with the bar. What is it? 11 or 5? Well, it's 11.
But then you want to be inhaling it.
By you pouring out the leaves reduces the damage that it deals.
18.
2 points of poison damage.
Mother.
So I doubt it's gonna be really that big of a
Just add
deal.
your intelligence modifier.
Hey, Katra, do you like leaves?
And that's the turn.
So he
Almost.
takes that, and
Yeah, it's the
then
first action.
He's going to.
He sees Nutay sees Arboris throwing up, and you standing there.
I can't use a spell, but I can use a cantrip. Right?
You can use a cantrip if you're going to cast a spell. You just can't cast a spell of any level that's higher than a cantrip.
That 20. Damn.
I mean, really, that's all you can kind of do right now, dude.
Indeed.
Unless I'm missing something.
You are.
Prestidigitation, bro. Prestidigitation, what?
You're missing.
Prestigitate.
You're missing the
these nuts.
point of life. Has Nutay ever pondered? Well, you're not even Nutay's real player, so I won't even ask you that question. Has Hakon ever considered what the point of his life is? He talks to his sword, and he kills dragons. Is that what he wants to do with his life?
Yeah, what is Hakon's purpose?
What Hakon's purpose, bro?
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out in game.
Don't worry about what Hakon's purpose is. Hakon knows what his purpose is.
Does he?
Yeah, he's like Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. But you don't ever ask him, so how are you supposed to?
Wow, way to turn the friendship. Way to turn the tables. How the turntables?
That's it for Nutay's turn. Nutay's decided that he cannot do anything else.
Arborish, your turn is entirely spent. This was the incapacitation turn. At the end of it, you finally kind of recover and compose yourself. So you are all good. You have to wipe away the bit of bile. There's a bitter taste in your mouth, but you're good.
Damn.
The Dao is up next, and he appears out of the stone immediately in front of you, hammer in hand. He's going to make 2 strikes.
It's just you, dude. Good luck.
It is. It's just you. Now, because you're dodging, they are at disadvantage.
Look towards Nute. Nute's not there.
Yeah, they are at disadvantage. So the first attack is a 17 to hit.
Shield.
You're gonna shield it. Okay. So as the giant hammer swings outwards and tries to catch you in the side, you reflexively bring up this arcane barrier and deflect it. The next one is a 25.
45 does hit.
Does hit? Okay, I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Yeah, that's just to determine if you take full damage or not.
You take 22 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked prone. And then, just as quickly as he rose from the ground, he goes and sinks back into the ground. And that's his turn. Hakon, you are up next.
Is there a character that I can play that does that?
You would need to be a Dao. Because he has Earth Glide. So he has a burrowing speed that doesn't disturb the ground.
Burrow speed?
He has a burrowing speed. Yeah, certain creatures like purple worms, boulets, have burrowing speeds.
Hakon's gonna realize that his plan to destroy the teapot didn't work, and so he's gonna rage, and he's gonna get really mad, he's gonna get pissed off, and go, I'm sick of this rock, and then he's gonna look at Nute and go, Nute, get me out of here, dude. And then that's it for Hakon's turn.
Okay. Lux, you're up next.
Oh shit. 69?
Nice.
What do you do?
Do I get any bonuses for having 69?
No.
You might catch a disease. Mad monkey fever?
Look at that, dude. How do you like them apples?
That's what I'm excited for when we get to Tomb of Annihilation, is diseases.
Come on, dude. This is combat, not whatever you're doing right now.
It's combat, not foreplay.
Like,
hurry it up.
This is like social media.
There's so many options.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Can I hold a Misty Step?
Huh?
For what?
Oh, an attack.
As a dodge.
Technically, what would be the trigger? Him coming up?
Yeah. Him swinging at all.
I would say you could use your action to hold a spell, and Misty Step could be a spell that you could hold. That would be perfectly fine. Okay.
And then I'll tell the dead.
No, you have to use your action to hold the spell.
Action hold the spell.
Yeah, you just use your action to hold the spell.
So you gotta
And then it takes your bonus action to technically cast the spell. Because you still have to, technically you still have to cast it. It's just waiting for it to release. So you have this Misty Step held. Nute's turn.
Nute's turn. Nute is... He's gonna take Hakon. He's gonna go, alright, Hakon, let's go. And he's gonna Dimension Door Hakon out of there.
Okay, you Dimension Door out, and you see Lux kind of on the ground level of the pagoda, kind of working around this magical spell with his scepter. And just kind of having it, he's focused, he's fixated, and there's nothing around him. Everything looks perfectly fine, perfectly calm. He's just kind of busy. Nute appears with Hakon. You guys are both outside. You're still in the pagoda. That's going to be Nute's action. First action.
And he's going to use his bonus action to... Let me double check if I can do this.
Cry on the inside.
No.
Cry on the outside.
Oh, man. Why are all of his cantrips actions? Is Blade Ward an action?
It is. Almost every spell's an action. There are very few that are bonus actions. Yeah, they're very, very few.
rock stick.
Huh?
Fireball.
Before you cast the 5th level fireball.
No. No bonus actions. New tech. You need to go back to
Very few.
Wizard College, dude.
Wizard 101?
Wizard College. Not a bad Wizard College.
Or they like to play a lot of cards. Because Wizard 101's a card-based game. Yeah, it's like an MMO. It uses a card system to, I think. I could be wrong.
You could play it.
I played it once. It's not a card game like Hearthstone. It's card based. I think it functions around cards that you use to build out like your loadout.
Yep. I used to play Wizard 101 back in the day.
I played it when it first released. That was like the cool thing. It was a break from Farmville.
That's it for Nute. That's it for Nute.
Back when Facebook was fun.
Nute has
Mark Zuckerberg was making bank off of microtransactions from Farmville, dude. Now next thing you know, he's a robot. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Metaverse.
Well, actually, you know what? Canute uses bonus action to look at the rock dome from outside. Does he see anything that is off? Anything different? Anything that?
Yeah, from the outside, it's starting to look as if the stone itself is starting to crack on the outside. It's not as solid as it was on the inside.
Just like the down.
Can he attempt to do anything with that information to try and glean more information?
Make a nature check.
Nice. All right, come on, Nute. We're counting on you. Nature is an 18.
A what?
18.
An 18. It looks like brittle stone. What that means in context of whatever magic's holding it together, you don't know. But it naturally, it looks like brittle stone.
Okay.
That is Hakon's
He's gonna call there.
Nute's turn.
Nute's
Okay.
gonna call out because now he's back outside with Hakon and you. He's gonna say that stone looks brittle. I think that if we throw enough more hurt at it, it'll crack open.
Like an
And that's
egg.
his turn.
All right, Arboris, you're up.
I'm gonna punch the rock.
Go for it. Make an attack roll. How many attacks are you gonna throw at this rock?
A lot.
A lot.
I rolled a nat 20.
A what?
Nat 20 for
A nat 20. Okay.
A double
Go ahead and roll damage.
A double. You ever heard double before? Double damage. Double. Like 2 times. Like the first one, but then the second time. Last Thursday, man.
10 plus
Maybe half
6.
16?
Yeah.
You punch through about an inch of stone.
Wait, we could have just broke through it this easily the whole time.
You could have tried to.
I'm gonna.
It's still you haven't made your way through, but you punched through about an inch of it.
I'm gonna punch it again.
Okay, make another attack roll.
No way.
Should I re-roll that?
It's up to you.
Well, I have to take it. An unnatural 20.
You hit. Roll some damage.
Smack. Smackaroo.
9.
Okay. You punch the stone, kind of cracks beneath your fist.
And I throw another punch, and I use my bonus action to Fury of Blows.
Okay, make 2 attacks.
20,
5
27.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that because it landed on the other guys. And a unnatural 20.
That hits.
All hits.
7.
Okay.
Or sorry, 8 and a 6 or a 7. 8 and a 7.
Okay. You have punched through 2 inches of stone. And that is your full turn.
I need a lot more inches.
The Dow is up next. This magical creature that you have not seen before, Hakon, makes its way out of the ground next to you and Nute, which does trigger your Misty Step, so you Misty Step reactively like 30 feet away.
Nah.
And it's going to strike in both directions, so against you and against Nute.
What? Can Nute
It's going to be a natural 20 against Hakon, and then a 17 against Nute. He is currently hasted, which gives him a +2 to his armor class, and he has Blade Song.
Do you think I can aim an arrow through this
Can Nute reaction shield for Hakon?
No, you got crit.
Oh, man. Darn it. Alright, well, Nute didn't get hit.
Okay.
Is 2 inches enough to fit an arrow through?
16, 22, 26, 27, and 33, 35. That's like 41 points of bludgeoning damage.
For very hard.
You're not raging, so that's not a half.
No, I am raging. I raged before I left. I said I got really pissed and raged.
He did say that.
Okay.
But is Nute raging?
Well, no, but Nute didn't get hit.
Okay.
Nute got
Go ahead and make a strength saving throw. You do have advantage because you're raging.
Nice. 25.
25. This hammer catches you square in the abdomen, and it tries to knock you over. You only have just enough time once this creature comes up and you see the hammer swinging to kind of flex for a second, like all of your muscles, to make sure that you don't get knocked over. And you take the hit square in the chest. You feel bones crack. You can feel the pain. And you don't get knocked over, and the creature immediately into the ground.
No, come back.
That's going to be its turn. Hakon, you're up.
What? Alright. Can I...
We're not going to get out of the maze this session either.
Realizing the way that this creature is going to operate, can I hold my attacks? I want to hold my 2 attacks.
Okay.
Until it decides to show itself within 5 feet of me, like within my attack
Okay.
range, essentially.
Sure.
Do you want me to roll the attacks now?
Nope.
Or roll them when it shows up? But can I use my movement?
When you're holding an attack, it wouldn't be your 2 attacks.
Would it just be the 1?
Yeah, it should just be just your 1.
Darn it, that's fine.
Yeah, because it's not it is a bit reactive, but it's not as fluid as your normal body movement. Because you're timing it, so it's going to take more of your effort. So, yeah, you just hold on to it, and if he triggers within 5 feet of you, then you can swing, and then you'll make the attack roll.
Can I use,
No, Hakon grabbed
can I use my bonus action to drink a potion of invisibility?
You may.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my movement to get in between where Lux teleported and where Nute is standing right now.
Okay. Nute's turn. Or Borscher on deck.
Nute is going to use his last 4th level spell slot and Dimension Door back into the rock again.
Okay. Nute's in there with you.
And
you just see he's just just punching the rock. He's trying to punch his way out from the inside.
He looks at you and he says, "You've got the right idea, man." And then he's gonna use his is that my action?
That is your action.
Can I use a bonus? Can I do anything to attack the rock with him?
Yeah, you can use your second action.
Ooh, I'm gonna
make one attack.
I'm gonna attack. You reckon it's better to attack with the red water? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna attack with this red water gourd.
Okay, make the attack roll.
Oh, that's a crit.
Okay, roll damage.
Yo, what is that? 1d6. 2d6.
Huh?
It's gonna be 7. It's gonna be 9 points of damage. I'm sorry. Plus 6. It's gonna be 15 points of damage.
Okay. You have while it looked pretty weakened, the strike that Nute puts against the rock breaks away a 1/3 inch, and there is still more from what it appears.
Well, a lot more inches to fit a human through.
And then can he use? He can't do anything else. Just bonus action. I don't think. Yeah. Darn it.
And that's his turn.
Oh wait. Hey, I can use a bonus action to expend 1 hit die to health.
Yeah, he drinks it.
Can I do that to a teammate or just to Omar?
I don't.
To Newton? Right?
I don't need HP.
Yeah.
I'm full HP.
You can heal other party members with it? Well, Newt is going to full heal back to full health with it, because that's all you can do with a bonus action. So.
Okay. Well, just go ahead and roll the health, and you should be good. Should be a
Nice.
You get hit die.
What does this mean? 1d8 bonus action to resheath? Is that for the red water?
Yeah, so whenever he unsheaths the blade, he can make an attack from a distance.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, that's it.
But if you unsheath it and then just start striking, it's different.
That's it for New Day.
Okay. Ouroboros, your turn. You can still work to punch your way out if you wish.
I guess.
Okay, go ahead and make 2 attacks.
$29,
That hits.
18,
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
and then my bonus action,
Sure.
29,
That also hits. Go ahead and roll damage for the attacks.
11,
Okay.
8,
Okay.
and 8.
Alright. You have broken through a total of 5 inches of stone. And there's still a little bit of stone left.
How much more do I need?
Good question. The Tao is up next. Lux. The Tao appears by you. As you see, appears in a different area. You're going to go ahead and get 2 attacks. 26 and a 27.
Those it.
They hit. Okay. The first one is going to be 5, 7, 10 plus 6. 16 points of bludgeoning damage on the first. And I need you to make a strength save.
God damn it. Fucker likes the straight saves. I literally rolled 1 more than I did last time, so I got 3.
A 3. He knocks you flat on your back. And now you're prone. The second attack is at advantage. He does not crit, but he still hits you. And that's going to be an 11 plus 6 is 17 plus another 6, 23 points of bludgeoning damage on the second strike. And you are, as this creature slams his hammer into you and you fall backwards, it brings the hammer up and slams it into your chest. And your limbs kind of go upwards in reaction as you get hit into the ground, and you feel like ground and dirt crack underneath you from just the force. The breath is knocked out of you, and the creature's legs materialize, and it stands over you while you're prone. And that's its turn. Hakon, you're up next.
Teabags your body.
No, he does not.
Can I want to move up to it.
It would be a boulder bag.
I want to move up to it, and I want to make my 2 attacks.
Okay, go ahead and make 2 strikes.
Do I get any kind of advantage or anything because I'm invisible?
No, he's prone. Oh, you are? You're invisible. You're right. Yep,
So-
you do.
So, cool.
When?
He drank a potion of invisibility.
last round.
Nick plays so cheese, bro. I don't even know what he's doing. He's got like.
I'm a diamond D&D player.
Dude,
bro.
no, I'm not flaming you. I'm saying you
I
just,
am a
5 to
diamond
10.
D&D
you just
player.
like.
Alright.
No one knows what you're thinking.
10, 16, 11 plus 12. The first one's gonna be a 25.
That hits.
And then the second one's gonna be that's a 6, that's a 1. So it's a 13 or a, it's a crit. So the first one hit, second one's a crit.
Okay, let's roll some damage.
Yeah.
See, no cheese plays just mean like you do like crazy shit to get a solution. Like with the fucking bag of holding and throwing it over the dude's head and killing him. Like I don't know what you're doing right now.
I am happy with it. The first one's gonna be 22 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then, 3 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Shit.
And then the second one's gonna be
Yikes.
11, 12, 13, plus 3, 16, 26 points of slashing damage. And another 3, 4, 5, 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. You come running up to this creature, which is now standing over the beaten body of Lux, and you take Hazaron, you unsheath the blade, or not unsheath, you already have it unsheathed, but you kind of grab it with both hands as you're running up, and make one upward strike with as much momentum as possible and cut up the back of the creature, rock and dust flying in the direction where no blood is sent flying.
Oh, I'm so sorry. After my critical, I get to take another hit, right? Extra attack after critical hit. Because of my Great Weapon Master.
You're right.
That one's going to be a 14, or it's a 14 plus 7 is 21. 21. Will hit.
That hits.
That's going to be 17 points of slashing, and 3 more points of necrotic.
Die. I'm still stuck.
Yeah, that additional attack does take up your bonus action.
There you go, that's fine.
So
that's
see,
fine.
60...
That'll work. I lose my invisibility too, right?
Yes, and the blade on the second strike, so as it arcs up on the first one, you bring the blade back and around and try to bisect the two halves, the legs from the torso. And you technically succeed in doing so. The legs dematerialize into this swirling like smoke. And as that happens, the creature kind of spins around, and you use this quick momentum to kind of keep you stop the blade within an inch of him and bring it back up, so as he's turning around, it's arcing against his side, against the blade, and it's kind of cutting with the move as you bring the blade back. That's going to be your turn. Lux, you're on the ground. You're up.
Stand.
You can get up because this creature is not standing over you.
I get it.
Okay. Use half your movement. What do you do?
I'm going I'm going to firebolt him.
Okay. Disadvantage because you're within melee distance.
Okay, what if I back up with 15 feet?
You could. Do you wish to do so?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, fuck.
Wait. That's a disadvantage.
I know.
though. Yeah,
I know.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a 26. Rolls a 16 and a 17.
Dude, I tried, bro. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Okay. You take 12, 21, or no, sorry, 18 plus 6, 24 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make another strength saving throw.
I can reduce it by 3d6 for you, though. I'll tell you that much.
So 24.
Minus 11 plus 3 is 14. So only
10.
points.
10 points of bludgeoning damage and a strength save.
Have fun.
Please. 11. So you take an opportunity to kind of push yourself up from underneath this creature, who kind of turns as it seems like he senses you moving. You take a quick opportunity to kind of pull out your scepter and back up a bit as you're conjuring this firebolt, and the hammer immediately goes for the legs. Now, fortunately, you see this move coming. One of your spectral warriors, your ancestral guardian, steps out, and you see it get kind of almost shattered from the hammer going through, but it still catches you by the feet and flips you over onto the ground. I will let you make your attack, but at disadvantage while you're getting tossed.
It's kind of like Tron. He's like, oh, no way, dude.
At a natural 20?
It's a natural 20, yeah.
Rip.
No.
Natural 1.
Oh, man, it's kind of lucky, though. 7.
It's 18.
18? That just hits.
Oh.
Just hits. Jesus Christ. What is this?
You're level 13, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man, it's just...
You're fighting a creature that can burrow without destroying the earth, and you're worried about his armor class?
You're throwing too much.
You dealt 40 points of damage in one hit, and you care about an 18? Nute's up next, by the way.
Oh, Nute's ready for this, dude. Will you allow Nute to take Pass Wall as his 5th level spell because he doesn't have one selected yet?
What?
Will you allow him to take Pass Wall?
What's Pass Wall?
Go back to it.
Well, I got 10.
It's in the player's handbook.
Yeah, you read as much as you want, dude.
You got the player's handbook somewhere?
Grab the player's handbook, bro.
You got the player's handbook?
Intermission.
What'd you roll for damage, by the way?
10.
Give me that player's handbook, buddy.
Yeah, you're like, I've never seen this taken before because it's useless.
Never seen that spell before.
You haven't killed him yet?
Nope.
Do I still have to break through this fucking stupid ass stone?
It's a great question. We're trying to figure that out right now.
Are you free?
Pass Wall. Passive appears at a point of your choice that you can see on a wooden, plaster, or stone surface, such as a wall, ceiling, or a floor within range, and lasts for the duration.
When did you get this spell?
I'm trying to get it right now. It's a 5th level spell.
Here's what I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna have you roll a d20.
Ah.
On a odd, no, well, no, I'm gonna make this just a little bit more challenging because technically, if Omar was here, we would know for certain whether or not the spell was available. I'm gonna have you roll a d100. Okay. The odds are technically still the same, but not really. If the number is below 50, the answer is no.
It is below 50?
It's below 50.
Oh,
The answer is no.
I don't even need to roll. Big one, dude. Yeah, you're right, man. All right. 7, dude. 7. Here we go, man. We just need to be above. Aw, you jinxed it, dude. 17.
Okay, unfortunately, you do not have Pass Wall.
No! Darn it, dude.
Fuck.
Alright, so what are my options as a 5th level spell? I might still be able to sneaky.
You can,
Nah, I mean, honestly, I'm
There's
trying
a
to use
spell
it. I
that
don't- I don't
literally
have one
lets you-
cast.
you
I don't have
can
one
use
selected.
Dimension Door and use a 5th level spell.
You're right. Hey,
It doesn't do anything additional for. It doesn't upgrade the spell,
I
but
didn't remember I didn't know I could do that, dude. I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna grab Arboris. You've done
Wait, just
well.
put my finger through the hole.
And then he's gonna like as you're punching through
Wait,
the
that's-
stone.
listen, you know-
As you're punching through the stone, he's gonna come and put his hand on your shoulder, and he's gonna drive his fist into the hole too. And then at that moment,
What?
you guys are gonna go
Wait, we're
through the rock together.
We're gonna bro fist
Yeah, they're gonna
at
like
the hole. We're gonna bro fist the hole together.
like it's time to get in there, man. You know, like encouragement, like bah, through the stone,
Yeah, through the hole.
and then I'm gonna cast
Oh,
Expeditious Retreat.
no.
I'm kidding.
Can I?
you're just gonna hit it and quit it? That is negative. You get disadvantages.
So with that,
Yeah, so you go ahead and Dimension Door.
can't
out.
cast another spell, right?
Not a spell. A cantrip.
I can't use a cantrip because it's an action.
You have a second action. You're hasted.
With that, yeah. Well, not close enough. Well, actually, yeah. Nute's gonna use his movement to run up. What is that? Is the enemy still?
Sure. Yeah.
We can still see him.
Yeah.
Nute's gonna run up to him, try and flank him for some advantage, and then
Oh, the other side of him has a prone
the hack on his there.
Lux.
Right?
The other side of him has a prone Lux.
Oh.
You're flanking with him, but he's prone.
Can I stand on top of?
No.
Wait. Water Gourd has a 10-foot range, right?
Yes.
Can I stand behind Lux?
No, you wouldn't be able to use your movement to get that far. Because he's got what, 45?
He's got
80 feet.
No, he's
Just
got.
Blade Song and haste. Which would.
Oh. Yeah, you technically don't have enough.
He's gonna go all that way. He's gonna go all that way. Get right behind.
You're right. You're
behind
right.
Lux.
That's fair. That's
and then
fair.
he's gonna do that little extendo whip with
Okay.
his Water Gourd.
Go ahead and make an attack roll at advantage. 'Cause
That's gonna be a 9. Oh, I don't want to talk about that one, dude. With the Water Gourd, does that use his spell attack bonus, or does that use?
use his normal attack bonus for the whip. Yeah, it just gives it a reach and then some additional damage.
So that's gonna be. I don't even know what the hell you add for that.
We've been stuck. I've been stuck in this
the
stone
attack
wall.
bonus.
It's a plus
So
1.
Dex
Attack
plus
Dex and
proficiency.
Dex.
And plus 1.
Oh, okay. 14.
I've been stuck
14
in
to
this
hit?
ball for like
That
2
misses.
hours. I've been
Darn
stuck
it.
in this ball for like 2
Yeah.
hours.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Darn it, dude. That's alright.
That's his turn.
So that is Minute's turn.
Okay, Arboris, you're up next.
You're out of the ball, dude.
Yep.
Get in there.
You are up next, Arboris, and you are no longer in the dome.
I'm gonna go back inside the dome.
How? How would
Just
you?
kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, there's like a little bit of rock in the
Don't see. If you find the right spot.
Do I have any leaves stuck in my teeth or mouth?
Nope. Pretty good, confident that you puked him out.
Just got
I'm going to attempt to grapple the demon.
whistle.
What demon?
The fiend thing.
What fiend?
This fucking weird thing.
Oh, this
stone
entity.
thing.
With the whiskey leg.
You want to grapple it?
Yeah, so I can talk to it. And ask it how to get the fuck out of this maze.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Hey, hey, some people take that very seriously.
Can I lasso it? Never
With
mind.
rope?
I don't have a lasso. It's fine.
Whatever, shit.
A 6?
A
Taco
6.
Tuesday.
That does not grapple it, unfortunately.
You gotta
Can
what?
I
It's hard to get a grip on this creature.
can I then use my second action? Attack action, I guess. But I mean, could I wrap a rope around its neck and like make a collar?
Use the bonus action to make a survival check real quick, and that will tell me whether you can or not.
Thanks.
Because you gotta leash him. What are you gonna call him? Dwayne.
That's a good name.
Dwayne Johnson. The Rock. Its nickname is Black Adam.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, you do create a leash-like knot. So go ahead and make a
Dex.
I will say athletics or survival roll. Your choice.
Survival.
Yeah, there is nothing dexterous about lassoing.
And 24
Which one was it?
for
It
survival.
was survival. Okay, you get it around its neck.
Can I
Push me the take
Can I
down, it's all good.
back away and apply pressure on the rope
Sure.
to like keep it away from my friends?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna shout,
Otherwise you're gonna get
"Everyone,
pulled off your horse.
try and capture it! We'll ask it how to get out of this maze!"
Okay. It's got a rope around its neck.
And I'm like pulling it back like this.
Yeah. It is now the creature's turn, and he goes and sinks into the ground.
Wait, where's the rope?
The rope
Left on the ground.
gets left on the ground.
Really?
Yep.
Like a full.
And he appears right in front of you,
Fuck this guy.
and is going to make 2 attacks
I
against
don't
you,
give a
Arboris.
fuck.
At disadvantage.
It's a 13 and a 14, so you are able to maneuver around him. You do.
Try me, bitch.
You do kind of dodge out of the attacks. He's pretty impressed. But that is going to be the Dow's turn. Hakon, you're up next. You see a tiefling laying on the floor in front of you.
Can it get it?
Lux's body on the floor.
Are you alright?
You hear in the back of your head.
Can I set my sword
You
on
hear
fire?
in the back of your head. Your party, your companions, they're weak. Your vision shifts.
Yeah, what?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
What?
Feel about this.
Nick's being corrupted.
Feel about
Don't do
this.
drugs, kids.
Oh, well, someone verify, please, because it's unnatural 20. My
Careful,
wisdom
dude.
modifier is a +1.
You start impersonating Alex Jones.
Your
who
vision-
Who knows how much money you'll owe the Andy Hook survivors or the Sandy Hook survivors?
Your vision begins to shift, and you see Lux laying on the floor. As your vision begins to shake and shift, the reality that you're looking at begins to warp, and something is trying to pervert your perception of Lux, not as an ally, but as a demon, as a fiend similar to his monstrous brother. You're able to resist it, but then you hear Hazaran in the back of your mind. Just let your anger flow. Let it flow and show the world how powerful you are.
Let it go.
Let us slaughter everything that stands in your path.
Hakon, in the heat of the battle, is just gonna kind of try and shake it off. And
you guys see his head like, as he's staring at you.
Can he refine the entity? Is it still?
You succeeded, so yeah, so you're fine. Like reality is like you're able to tell it's shifting as you're throughout this round, but you're able to discern what's real and what's not.
Wow, man. Can I see the primordial?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to go and make an attack?
I'm gonna go ahead and make 2 more attacks.
Go for it.
Yeah,
roll 2 attack rolls.
What happens here?
Are they reckless?
They are going to be reckless, and I am going to take the -5 to my.
Go for it.
I don't have.
I was this close, man. It was this close for him. Just sword in the stomach.
No, please. Dude.
Oh look, I've been impaled.
The first one's going to be.
Been skewered like a kebab. How do you like your tieflings impaled?
First one's going to be a 22.
That hits.
And the second one is a crit again.
We're not getting out.
The one after that's going to be another hit for an 18, 13.
18. Okay, start rolling damage.
Can you just kill it, Nick? I don't want to hit it.
It's going to be 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Plus 4 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And the second attack is going to be 12, 18, 19, 29 points of slashing damage.
Okay, on this attack, you do bring the blade just in an X pattern. The second slash striking a lot deeper and a lot with more force and ferocity. The creature begins to shake as the body begins to almost dissolve into this crystalline smoke that kind of glitters and glimmers as it passes through the wind. You all can see a shadow seeping off the blade, which is kind of normal for Hazaran. At this point, you guys see the spiritual guardians that surround him. You're unaware of this. Spiritual guardians that are surrounding Hazaran they look cautious to approach him. Like they're intentionally keeping their distance. No, from Hakon.
Oh.
And you can tell that they're looking at each other. Yeah, his spiritual guardians are looking at each other with a caution. And they're not. Yeah, go for it.
25.
The caution appears to be some. It seems to be more of recognition. They've seen something like this before, and it's put all 3 of them like dead in their tracks and very hesitant to move forward. They're keeping their distance.
Can I try and talk to them?
You could, but real quick, Hazaran, who is with the blade kind of on the final swing, kind of holds the blade there for a second. You can see the big, muscled warrior kind of breathing heavy. The smoke from Hazaran is pulsating with his breath, and it's kind of encapsulating his form.
Can I go up to Hakon and put my arm on his back and say, "Hey, Dad, maybe we should sheathe this sword now."
As your hand kind of
what does Hakon say, or what does Hazaran say in that moment?
You're getting nothing from Hazaran in that moment. Yeah, you do feel you kind of get this. I mean, you're raging, so you are kind of in this primal direction of anger and really just trying to like hone it. But the target's been slain, so you're kind of re-getting yourself under control, like kind of maintaining your composure, and a very delicate hand is placed against your back, and you turn kind of instinctually and see Arboris on your side, and the smoke kind of inhales to the blade.
As the smoke inhales like that, and with what you had said to Hakon's gonna turn.
You are oblivious to all of that.
I don't notice any of it.
Nope.
Never mind that. Hakon just stands back.
Hakon,
puts the sword back on. Well, that's another one in the books, isn't it?
Did you Did you see your spirit guardians?
I saw them help some of you guys from damage. I try to get them to help you guys as much as I can during combat. Sometimes I forget, and they forget. And
No, it was quite
we're
helpful.
A bunch of befuddling fools, but
That's not my point, Hakon. They were all looking at you in caution. I believe it had something to do with the power emanating from your sword. They had seen it before, almost. And I know that's a bold claim to come from someone who has no clue what those spirit guardians are, but quite insightful.
well, my guardians are old, and I assume that this sword's been around for as long, if not longer, than they were back in their time. Because they're all from different points in my tribe's history, but.
When he says that, is there anything that I could maybe get off his sword? Like, I'm like...
Can I roll a history check on his sword?
How old is his sword?
On Hazel?
Are you proficient in history?
No. What about
Off the fly? No.
What about a religion check?
Are you proficient in religion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you roll a religion check.
Can Nute also roll a religion check?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
An 18?
Oh,
18.
Nute got a 27.
You've heard certain mythologies that, not to really pull out any specifics, but it tends to be kind of a common trend between mythologies that focus on spirits to mention that certain types of souls or spirits, whether they be good or evil, are imprisoned within objects in order to give those objects life. They were seen as blessings by the gods or curses upon the victims who are imprisoned there by judgment. That would be it. The reason why it comes to your mind is you recognize that Hakon has spoken. He speaks to his blade. And that's about it. It just comes to your mind. You can't verify if that's the case, but you do know that he speaks to his blade. And I know you know that he speaks to his blade. You know his blade speaks to him. That was a fun one. Touches, boom! You're like, oh, my leg!
Hakon. Is there an evil entity in that sword?
I would call him angry more than I would say evil. I mean, he doesn't tell me to hurt you guys. He just tells me to hurt who I want to hurt, which I hurt who I want to hurt.
He's never tried convincing you to hurt one of us before?
No.
Can I insight that?
Sure.
28.
28. You do put together that Hakon's definitely had an increased kind of battlefield motivation to prove himself, to prove his strength. Especially it's been aggravated since acquiring this belt that has literally made him stronger. So as he gets stronger and stronger, you kind of have gauged that there's a bigger urge to kind of continue to prove himself to be stronger. But nothing as if he's being deceitful.
Well, Hakon, I want you to keep getting stronger as well. So don't you ever let that sword beat you, alright?
No, never. I will keep this.
Make another wisdom saving throw.
Again? Goodness gracious.
It won't happen.
Well, how's it do sound?
I just wanted
A two?
to try heroin once, okay? It's not gonna...
As you say no, your body is racked with pain, emanating from your chest at first, from the wound that you sustained, or from the damage that was inflicted upon you, but immediately spikes to this mental migraine. You hear Hazaran's voice. They doubt you. He doubts your strength. Your vision shifts. This time, you see Arboris stand before you, two horns sprouting from his forehead and a forked tail emanating from his behind.
What?
Serpentine eyes instead of his normal elvish eyes. He thinks you weak. He wishes to poison your strength. Watch, he'll ask you to drop this blade and leave me behind. And probably your belt, too. He doesn't wish to see you be as strong as you are. And he wishes to keep himself above you. No, to keep you beneath him. Mark on your page for me, please, that you suffer a corruption point.
What?
You have become more distrustful of your companions and those that you trust.
God damn it.
And those that you trust. You become distrustful of their intentions, specifically.
Fuck.
And then your vision comes back to reality.
So what did that look like?
Also,
did they notice me?
With that corruption point, Hazaran deals an additional necrotic dice.
Woo-hoo. Is it worth it though?
Everyone goes, oh.
That's how it works.
Hey, I'm getting stronger, guys. At what cost?
Is it just Tiamat?
I'm like,
You see a fully decked out Hazaran.
One-handing it. You
Yeah.
finally get the one-handed and put it together.
You're right. You get to max corruption and you get like a plus 10 to your strength.
So-
You're just picking your party up and just throwing them.
this is crazy.
You just grab Lux up and just throw him and impale instantly.
So when I have that moment where Hazaron's kind of talking with me, do they see that happen to me, or do I kind of just have
You
that
guys
internal for a
notice
second?
that he appears to at first to be kind of clutching his chest, which makes sense. You watched him get hit directly into his sternum, and he took that hit square on. And this creature was large, it's bigger than all three of you, or all four of you. And that pain also, like, he grabs onto his head, and it takes a moment, and then he looks up at you, and then he kind of composes himself after a bit.
Are you alright, Takon?
As he kind of helps himself up on you guys, I'm like, yeah, sorry, I just a lot after that last fight. I kind of really went all in. I need to get back to the city. Got a few things that have been on my mind to take care of.
Is there anything we can do to help?
No, I mean, right now we gotta get out of this maze because I'm still counting on getting up to Parnas.
That mask is far from our grasp at this point.
Yeah, I know, but it still comes before Parnas, and I really want to go to Parnas.
Do we want to keep going now?
Well, we kind of need to.
Like, we've been beat and bruised quite a bit.
You'll see that's where I kind of smile and I reach into the bag of holding and I pull out like handfuls of potions of greater healing, and I'm like, battered and bruised, man.
You can drink all you want of my spells when I come back. I drained too much of my head.
You don't have how many spells do you have
I'm
left? How many spells do you have left?
I gotta click B, I gotta recall.
Do we need to rest, or can we like go and
BRB OOM.
Resting is a bad idea.
we at least need to figure out what's going on with this, because we fought him here in the courtyard by the sundial,
No,
right?
no, you fought him in like this, like a similar kind of new area.
Okay.
There's an exit. You guys can feel free to walk down it.
That's like a different way than what we came.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can feel free.
There's no other like chests, nowhere else to leave.
No, the only thing you've acquired was that emerald.
He didn't like
Hmm?
The robes on the south.
on the dowel. The dowel.
Yeah, like he can pull his rope back.
No, the robes.
The robes? No,
Of the dowel.
No, the whole creature.
All of
When he died, yeah, he kind of turned into this like glimmering dust and
Like not even the tailbone.
no.
Alright, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll all leave.
Yeah.
Potion. Yeah, you can drink all the potions you want.
How much do they
It's a full health. It's 46.
How many do you have?
It's 46 plus something.
Like
it's
15.
Or it's 46 plus 4.
Yeah.
46
Plus 4, yeah. Because it's +1 for each dice. Is it 46 or 44?
No, 44.
Yeah, it should be 44.
44. Okay.
How many of those do you have?
Here. Right now?
Yeah.
I have...
You roll it, because you're
Too
taking
many.
Let me fill you in, brother.
Dude, I've never cocked a D4 before.
Nice. Re-roll it.
Look at that shit.
I see it.
That's wild.
Well, Omar has 10 and I have 17.
I won't.
Oh. That's fair.
So Nute's gonna give them to you because he likes you more than Hakon does. No,
Ha!
I'm kidding.
I'm playing his character, so I'm using his inventory. Dang.
Sorry.
When you
Omar.
step away further from the controller in Borderlands for 10 minutes and your brother steals all your loot, drops it, and grabs it.
All of your legendary
What happened to my
guns
guns? You just had them. Why do you suddenly have my guns? I don't know.
How many did you need to get the?
We duplicated.
Use one.
Just one. Use the second one, bro. Use as many. Use as many as you need, honey.
These are greater.
Yeah. What do you mean greater, bro? Sorry, you bad at rolling.
They're kind of
Roll this dice.
moderate.
Listen, this ain't no mass healing. Oh my goodness gracious, bro.
Dude.
You're an average guy.
Doo-doo.
Middle of the pack.
Dookie. Dang.
How is 9 4d4 plus 4? You rolled 5 across 4
It's plus
d4?
4?
Yeah.
It's 8.
What was your first set? 10 plus 4, yeah, 14. 9 plus 4, 13. See, that's a lot different than 10 and 9.
It's 30.
Yeah. 10. Or no. 9 plus 4 is 13. Plus 4?
I added 2.
Oh, 11.
I know, math is hard, guys. It's difficult.
45.
Simple addition is rough.
What's your math?
Not everyone finished high school.
Your math? How much damage did you take, bro?
He took a lot! He was getting walloped!
I was the fucking tank.
Okay, so as you guys walk through the exit, you guys appear.
You're using like fucking hundreds and hundreds worth of bullet.
Yeah, dude, you better feel like love.
You appear back at the sundial and have recognized that you have not progressed further. You learned through Nute that you've been making a series of incorrect decisions. So I'll repeat the pattern one more time, as you have now fully gone through every single direction that the shadows start from. Okay? So all 4 of these corners is highlighted on this page. They begin to rotate and spin around the intersection as they're receding. And they recede up until the point where they reach the top of the sundial and then disappear into the sundial.
Head empty.
So they retract into the sundial.
They project into the sundial.
Go up.
Then one person.
They don't go up, they go into the sundial. It looks
go-
like the sundial is like, imagine rope and string. You're pulling it, right? And if you're pulling it over a ledge, it's going to naturally go down the ledge, right? So imagine that there's a flat surface, and that flat surface is the sundial, but the same motion, it's going in
I have a
to the
plan.
sundial.
I'll cut through the bushes,
How many potions?
You can try, yeah. You guys have already tried this before.
17.
and it got us
Plus
to a new
1, 10,
section.
27.
No.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
16.
in your initial journey
Heal
before it
up
got
all
you to
the
the
way.
first section.
Heal up all the way and just tell me how many you use.
He said this isn't gonna be.
How
heavy
far is the
combat.
tower that we want to get to?
It hasn't moved in terms of
How
distance.
many feet is that?
A great question.
Can you use dimension door?
You can try.
We could try, but that's the thing. Is I think it's greater than 300 feet. Can
Dimension door is 500 feet.
It's 500 feet, bro.
It's 500 feet.
Well, can Nute? I'm curious because you said that the shadow kind of goes in and down. Like it makes me think that almost that you could go down into the sundial. Can Nute's gonna walk over to it and say, well, does it look? Can you just look? Does it look like you can pick up the flooring around the sundial?
It looks like it's in the ground. Like it's in the ground,
So
yeah.
you can't pick it up at all. Does it look
You
like
can
there's
try, but it looks like it's in the ground. Not on the ground, like it's in it. It's coming out from the ground. So you can try, but it's not like a bird bath that you place outside and you just lift it up.
Yeah.
You can
I'm
try.
just curious, like, does it look peculiar to him at all? Is there anything about it that he's like, it doesn't look like...
Other than the fact that it has these weird shadow puzzles, no.
Alright, what if we all go in this, one person goes this way, one person this way, this way, and this way?
You have tried going in separate directions before. You do have to commit to a path as a group for it to determine success or failure.
Let's all go backwards together.
And what
We have
about-
4 more choices, dude. Let's just all go
I'm
backwards.
pretty sure we've tried, like, everything at this point.
He said we have to commit to a choice together, so as long as we commit to that choice together. He said we've tried all the ones that the shadows were pointing.
But we've also tried, like, left and right.
No, you've only tried the corners.
That's it?
Yeah.
Let's go forward. We all go forward. And I grab everyone by the collar of their
We gotta
shirt and
think a
drag
little
them.
bit, 'cause we're getting sick of just walking.
Well, I don't want to think.
I feel a lot better after drinking 6 potions of healing.
Did you just use 600 gold?
Yep.
Okay, at least
Wow.
Wow. What
That's
are you
half
thinking?
a platinum almost. Over.
Nute's gonna try to dimension door straight down from standing in the middle of the
What?
sundial.
What do you mean?
Can he at all?
You have to know where you're going. Because if you can't see it, you have to be able to define where you're going.
The castle.
Like, you have to be able to explain. Like, if you're going to go 500 feet down, it would have to be because you know that 500 feet down there is a space that you as a person could exist in that wouldn't compact you into dirt and kill you.
Because otherwise you can't do it, yeah. Okay.
Right. Right.
Is there anything I can do? Taste paper, throw. Not very much more he can do for us there either. And like I look up, like if you look up in the sundial, there's nothing interesting up on it. Like there's no other interesting kind of things to read, things to check out about the sundial. There's no information else to glean from it.
Nope.
Other than just it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Can we stop
gracious.
thinking and just walk?
Well, which way is the? Because I remember a while ago I checked the keyholes in it to see how they were aligned. Are they still aligned forward like this?
The what?
Like the holes that the sun would be passing through? Because the sundial is like to read time, right?
Yeah.
So the sun would pass through the
30 minutes.
hole
You think we're gonna get
at different points. Does the hole rotate around? Are there different holes, or does the hole always point in one direction? Can I look? What direction does the hole that the sun is like would primarily point through for like start of the day? What direction is that? Is that forward?
It would be north.
Maybe forward.
Yeah, it reads kind of like in context of time like a normal clock.
Yeah. So.
And it's a dial, so it bases off the shadow of the dial.
You can't move the dial at all?
You could try.
Can I try to move it?
It does not move. Yeah, sundials are based off of shadows. Sunlight. Yeah. You just know that the shadows appear as if they're getting pulled into the sundial.
So they spin like a pinwheel.
They spin like a pinwheel as they recede.
Yeah, and then they,
Until they
actually
all-
suck in.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Yep.
toilet.
Exactly. Like a toilet, like a whirlpool effect. Yep. That would be a really, really good way of thinking about it.
It makes me think to go down. Is there any way to go inside of it?
How would you like to try that?
If there's where the sundial meets the ground, there's no way to like look through that at all?
I mean, you like where it's in the ground. You can try to move it.
Move the sundial?
You can try to.
Can I try and pull it up?
Yeah, make an athletics roll.
Can I help them?
Sure.
Can I turn into a brontosaurus to do it?
You would have Brontosaurus thoughts,
Yeah.
and a Brontosaurus might not be able to.
And then
You could try.
But then you'd
Gorilla.
be a Brontosaurus for an hour.
Do gorillas have good thoughts? Are they high in intelligence?
Not higher than a fucking human.
Winston, yeah, because you're not turning into Winston. Comes up, hello!
I have potions of enlarge. Well, I have one more.
Why don't you just ask Nick to fucking do it?
If you have potions of enlarge,
Why don't you just ask
one,
him?
I have one potion of enlarge. So, if me plus one of you does it, we can all do it.
I don't want to help.
or you
You just do it and I'll watch.
because it would make your strength go up.
Yeah, it's just like advantage, but it's not.
Hack
like,
on.
I would
it's
go
not-
to
Push
like,
this.
I don't need advantage
I'd
on
go
strength.
Hack on, just push this.
I would go from like, oh shit, that guy like.
Hack on, just
If
try.
I remember right, like enlarge just gives you advantage on strength checks. That's it, right?
Enlarge, it gives you
I thought
advantage.
it gives you like a +4 to like.
No, it just makes
No.
you bigger. Like you just.
It gives you a 1d4 to your
Yeah.
melee damage.
Yeah,
Hack on.
Yeah, that don't help at all.
Will you try and move this
Just get advantage on
sundial?
strength. Yeah, I could try and
Oh,
pick it up.
does?
Yeah, well, I'm
So they would give you
I'm
advantage?
pretty. That's what I'm saying. Is it makes more sense for one of you to
Oh.
drink it because I'm already
I thought
gonna
it
roll
worked.
high on strength.
My
Yeah.
strength's an 8 and his is probably an 8 too. It doesn't matter what we do.
What about new
Just
thing?
let Nick do it.
He's just probably an 8.
Oh yeah, it is.
Just
Y'all
let
just
Nick
weaklings.
do it.
Let me double check if it gives advantage, bro.
I can't remember.
We don't need advantage when our strength is a -1.
We definitely need advantage.
Nick just needs to roll it, dude. Nick doesn't need our
He's
help.
not gonna pull a sundial out.
Dude,
Mine
he's
is-
got a fucking magical belt that makes him have superhuman strength.
Technically, that's not incorrect. He's got giant strength. Hill giant strength, to be exact. What are we doing?
Please, hold the sundial.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Give it a hold.
Oh, it's any weapon you use while you're enlarged. Your weapon grows with you.
Mhm.
An extra D4. I'm just gonna fine. I'll drink the potion of enlarge, and I'll try and
You're gonna drink it?
You should
Save
try
it.
it first.
save it. All right. Well, I'll try the strength check first, just to move the
Okay.
thing. What?
I have faith in you, Emma.
Why can't we all do it? Can we all
Guidance.
do it? Is it just better
Because
if
I
we
have
do it?
faith.
Oh.
He's giving you guidance, so go ahead and
I'll
roll.
help Nick for advantage.
Okay, you have advantage.
Yeah, money.
And you have a
money.
D4 to, right? A D4?
To both of them? Or
To,
D4?
no, to you.
Yeah, I know, but do I get to add it to both rolls, or is it?
You're higher.
What both rolls?
No, I see. I see.
Yeah, you're rolling at advantage, but
16.
And then whatever it
Oh,
is.
it's the same difference. 17. What is that number? It's 2. 19. What is this? What check?
athletics.
Athletics. Ooh, 19 plus 10. 29.
29. You firmly can tell that it is immovable.
Guys, it's not moving.
Well, you don't overexert yourself. You just lift and go, this isn't moving.
No. Now I drink the potion. I'm kidding.
I would remove the boulder again.
With a brontosaurus.
It's with a brain. Can I attempt to pick up? Is there any kind of like what's the flooring of it? Is it like rings inside of rings?
No, it's
or
like
just one
grass.
pure slab? Oh,
No,
is it?
it's like grass. It's in the ground.
If someone were to turn into an ant, could they somehow crawl? Or a termite?
It's
You've been doing
stone.
too much pest control, dog.
But termites burrow into this floor.
Sure, if you have a burrow speed, you can dig down.
Dude.
Do I want to do that? Because even if it's a long fall, I'm a fucking termite.
Yeah, but how much movement speed
termites
do you
can
have
fly.
as a termite?
Dude, if I turn. If
Yeah,
I
but you
turn
need to
into
be
a termite during mating season.
You got 3
I
feet
can
of
fly.
flying per turn. Okay.
Great.
What we need to do is figure this out.
Do termites exist in D&D?
Yes.
Probably. I don't see why not.
So we can start a pest control company.
If we were doing an urban campaign and you guys wanted to get a job and start a business, technically that is something you could do.
How do you make pesticide
And-
in D&D?
well, the pest control. No, the pest control. You guys would be like in Waterdeep, killing like rust monsters because those are like giant, like bug-looking creatures that eat metal. Onkegs, umber hulks, giant ants, giant beetles, giant cockroaches,
Normal termite.
giant wasps, giant termites.
Hey, I
like
forget.
I would just make them all
What
giant.
is-
Why not?
What is the drift globe?
Because then it's D&D. You know, you can
What-
fight them all.
What does the drift globe do again?
It's basically like a giant
I wanna
lamp.
Drill.
Giant lamp.
Giant lamp, yeah. Cast
I wanna
daylight.
drill and pump under foundation in D&D. Can I get a mechanical backpack that I can use to spray?
Nope.
In D&D.
Nope. You would just get a poison mist, poison spray. You get poison spray. The cantrip and just.
But sorcerer, meta magic, change it, right? Impossible.
What?
For meta magic.
To do what?
No, you can't alter the spell.
No.
And then we can fight giant rats.
Yeah. Giant rats.
Moles.
Yep. Giant gophers.
Pigeons. Giant pigeons.
Giant pigeons. Yeah.
Just a flamethrower.
Can we tame pigeons?
No. You can get ravens. You would want a raven.
Yeah, but in New York, people have pet pigeons.
Well, this isn't New York. This is Faerun. What do you wish to do?
Nick's thinking hella hard.
I know.
We can't.
Lute's gonna... We can see Jean-Thal's tower, right?
Yes.
Well... Fuck.
Can we fly above the rings?
You could try.
Dude, just use your spell slot.
You keep asking me if you can do something. Like, try it.
Yeah, no one's.
My answer is you can try.
I just have a feeling if
Dude,
I do
fuck the
fly,
spell slot. Just
it's
use it,
like,
Nick.
I'm just gonna be like moving and spot.
Fuck the spell slot.
I mean, if we want to sacrifice the rest of the day, essentially, we can have Nute, like, take us all one by dimension door. But, yeah, the tower... No, I don't know how far to go
because it's
down.
500 feet away.
It might be like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 dimension doors before you
that's
get there.
Perfect. Fucking make it. And plus, there's probably like a magic barrier.
Well, yeah. That's what
Are
we're
you thinking
saying.
about that? Can I firebolt the grass? Just see if anything different happens.
Yeah, you firebolt the grass.
Just fire-
Catches on fire a little bit.
Where do I shoot it up?
It shoots up.
Just go straight up, keeps going. No curve or.
It goes its range and then disappears. This thing's got like what, like a 120 foot range? Yeah, it goes 120 feet and then done.
Fuck.
I'm saying.
What are we doing?
You want to try and fly with it?
Try and fly? Do you
By
know
the
how to
time-
fly? How do we fly?
It took us to not make a
Make all of us
decision.
fly?
We could have walked through all 4 pathways
We
by
don't all
now.
fly. I'm down to
No,
fly.
because if it was the wrong decision, you'd be faced with another room and another problem.
Oh,
There's more
I see
rooms.
what you're saying.
Yep.
Dude. Wait a second. How are we gonna make sure that we actually fly to where we want to go?
You guys about to fly?
We're all about to fly.
Just tame me.
How are we all gonna fly?
Well, I'm still an ally, so it's easy to just. It's like a horse and dumb.
Dude, actually,
No,
you know
straight
what?
back.
You
You're
know
turning
what?
into a
You know
Quetzal.
what? You know what? Yeah.
Is that actually what you're turning
Omar's
into?
got hold person, bro.
Those are tameable bird
I've
mounts
got whole
in
person.
Arc.
Work on me.
What do you mean what?
Because that would be a person.
Well,
It only works on humanoids.
well then I've got wishbone. Okay, let's do it.
You're turning into a Quetzal?
You see a beat come out of Lux.
He's a giant chicken. Kill him.
Someone.
I grab
get him to
onto
calm
his
down.
neck.
Oh. So you're a pterodactyl?
A giant one.
What is it called? Quetzal?
Yeah, they're tameable mounts in Arc in case you're interested. They're massive.
He's a
That's why I
Quetzal.
love Quetzal, so I can carry it with one.
Okay.
Not to say that.
Fast as shit.
Arc
Okay.
is-
So, how big is this creature?
I'm gonna take this.
Well, in Arc it's really big.
And what's the CR level of
Yeah, you gotta-
this type of a creature? Because it's got to fit the polymorph.
In Arc
Do the
you could
research,
build a
bro.
base on the back of a Quetzal. That's
Oh, that is not so. We'll see.
It's a CR2.
No, that's not a CR2. If it's big enough to build a base on it,
Well, Quetzal
it
and
might
Arc.
It might be different between
a
D&D and Arc. Yeah.
A Quetzal and Arc. Not like a big base, like a
It could
tiny
even
one.
literally just be scale though. Like it could just be bigger. In
You can
Arc.
put a platform saddle on a Quetzal. It's basically the same size as a Loch Ness monster.
Trey, take us home. Gosh darn it. The water is fine.
Called a Quetzalcoatl. Oh,
Nice.
Quetzalcoatlus. Coatless.
okay?
Fuck, this shit's
Yeah, we're good.
huge. It's huge.
Right back.
Okay, what's the CR rating?
Challenge 2.
Okay, you can turn into that creature, and it's a huge creature.
So it can't fit everywhere. 3.
Yes, because huge is bigger than large. so it can fit the three of you. So you turn into that creature. Okay. Your companions mount you. You kick up. You start flying northwards in direction of the tower. You fly. You fly. You fly. For some reason, the tower is not getting any closer. And as you look down, you recognize that every, as like 15 minutes go by of just flying forward. And as you look down, you recognize that you're just flying over this pillared, where this intersection where the sundial is located at. You're just flying over it. So you go northward, and then you appear on the south end. It's like you're just flying over it in a loop. There is something that's keeping you kind of confined to the trap of this puzzle. You can tell that whatever wizard created this maze had designed it to entomb whoever dared to go through it.
So we can't fly out of it.
Like really high up. Can I get a view of everything?
You would get a view kind of similar to what you have now. Circular hedge maze. You see the entrance, which doesn't appear to be that much further than where you are. You see the town of Jeanthal's Tower. No progress seems to be being made.
Can I pray to God?
You could pray to any of the gods.
Can I pray to Bahamut?
You could make a prayer to Bahamut.
I'm gonna make this. I'm just gonna relay my thoughts, but out in the open. But I'm not saying these vocally.
Okay.
When I pray, like languages.
I'm just going to get in a nice monk praying stance, like on my knees, or actually I'll get cross-legged. I'll get cross-legged, and I'm meditating.
Sure.
And my thoughts to Bahamut are, Bahamut, I know we are fools, and I know that you've taught us better, and I apologize that I have to ask for your guidance here. But please, you've shined your light upon the friends next to me. Please give me some sort of guidance here.
Can I lick a horse's bald head?
A what?
Can I lick his bald head?
Sure, you lick his bald head.
I don't consent.
Go ahead and make a religion roll. Make a religion check.
Okay. A 17.
A 17. Okay. You guys have landed down. Just to give you guys a recap, it appears that whatever magical machinations that designed this maze had done so to prevent cheats through it. It's designed to imprison and entomb those that dare to cross through it.
Bunch of cheaters.
It just seems that whoever created it was prepared for this. Because it is kind of an obvious, I'll just fly over it.
Well, I mean, Jeanthal's is a wizard, right?
Yeah. An ancient wizard. So you guys land, you revert back to your Lux form, you'd make a small prayer.
We beat the shit out of you until you turn back into Lux.
It's kind of, still kind of quiet.
Gently. With a sword.
What do you guys do? The pattern repeats itself, so I'll repeat it again. The shadows in all diagonal directions of this sundial begin to slowly start spinning in a clockwise fashion. As it spins, the shadows begin to recede, getting smaller and smaller until they reach the sundial itself. And it appears as if they're sinking into the sundial as they're disappearing.
What if we all stand up?
Power Rangers, go!
I hop up.
Not a bad idea. Yeah.
As you stand on the sundial, you are sucked into it, and you drop in a new space,
What?
a new intersection,
You're
5 feet
telling
off
me
the ground,
none of us
and
accidentally
land on
put
the
a foot
ground.
on the fucking... When we were moving it, you're telling that none of us got sucked into it?
Nope, because you have to stand on it.
Alright, I go walk over to stand
You guys
on
watch as he gets sucked in, and one by one, you stand on this. You stand on it to another intersection.
it. Bro!
You land 5 feet. So when you teleport into this space, you are 5 feet above the ground, and you land. In this intersection, what you can see with this sundial, there are 8 shadows that point at every possible pathway.
What?
The fuck are we supposed to do then?
And they just point there, same length.
They just stay still.
Can I go to the sundial and pull out the drift globe
Sure.
and put it down in the middle? Does anything happen?
Nope.
Nothing happens.
Use
I
your
pick it
damn
back up.
bones.
I pick it back up and I put it in the bag.
That's all it is. They just point out in every direction.
But what direction is the tower in?
North. It's always north. So it's always the wall.
Can I firebolt each pathway
Huh?
Sure. Nothing happens.
Okay, wait.
with a drum?
Shall we head north? Or do you think we'll get wrapped up in some other puzzle?
They're all the same length.
While Tiamat
Yes,
runs
and
away
nothing's
with the new
changing about
mask.
these ones. They sit still, and they just point in every direction.
Let's walk
Wait,
forward.
Maybe we might
we're
have-
underground.
We might have
No.
We're in a goddamn magical.
finally broken the
prison.
door. We may be able to just walk towards the tower now. I say we just all walk towards the tower.
Everyone who wants to walk forward, say aye.
I think everyone.
I mean, the sundial's pointing.
Have Nute roll an intelligence check for me, please. Before I decide if he's willing to say aye or not.
Well, Newton ain't too smart. Actually,
He's a wizard.
Yeah,
He's stupid. Has a 20.
Alright, dude.
Ish.
He got a 15.
15. He goes, as much as I would love to test it, I am also kind of quite tired of continuing down a pathway that's just not been productive. With the previous sundial, moving in any direction that the shadows pointed to seemed to fail. And now it seems that the shadows are moving in all the directions. Now, while they're not moving, I think that we should learn from the previous 4 to see if we can determine what we're not seeing here.
Let's fly now. Maybe we can escape into the sky.
I doubt it. I don't believe that to be possible. So the first sundial that we reached, the shadow pointed in one direction, so it was apparent for us to go in that direction, so we did so, right? The second sundial pointed in 2 directions, so instead of going in either of those directions, we cut through into the direction that was not pointed at, right? And we were quite fine. The third was very similar to the second, in which it pointed in 3 different directions, and all we had to choose was, because of the directions they were pointing, we walked in the unpointed direction that was closer to the 2 behind us, right? Because they pointed downwards and one pointed straight up. The fourth one was different because it pointed in multiple directions, but the key to the puzzle was the sundial. So likewise, I believe the key to this puzzle is 1, not the sundial, and 2, not the paths. There is something else that we're missing here, and I think we should start to think in between the lines, literally.
I'm gonna cut through the bushes.
Can I investigate? What is there like a possible passageway like on this corner where these like little wedge ends?
Oh, there's nothing you can, like, it's not like a walkable pathway. But, I mean, you could try to force your way through the hedge. It's your choice.
Should we try that?
We could, but there's a lot of different hedges to try and force our way through.
Makes sense. Is the sundial pointing at a wedge?
No, it's pointing in all the pathways. So
No, not
every
the shadow.
single edge.
Just
No. The sundial points north.
I should remember what it
Single platform, kind of like a slab down the middle. That
It's like diagonal?
that the shadow kind of directs the sun directs the shadow of it to tell the time, and it kind of
where's the
orbits.
sun at right now?
Same positions, kind of high up. Oh, it's starting to go down. You got every new room you're in. It's about another half hour. You've been in this maze for about 2 hours so far. Good luck, Iskander.
Yeah.
What do you guys wish to do?
Husker sword hacker. He's part of the team. You're so obsessed with him, you better fucking help.
I talk to my swords to make me feel good.
It'll make him feel good if we get out of here.
It'll make me feel good if we get them out of here. This is what'll make me feel good.
So maybe
Do you see what I'm saying?
your sword is
He thinks you're crazy.
As you're kind of antagonizing Hakon, he kind of like starts to twitch. He's like, maybe you should talk to my sword.
he's closer with you.
I'll talk to it.
Just maybe he has some ideas. I don't know how smart he is.
He questions your intelligence. He thinks you beneath him.
I want to break the sundial. I mean,
That's
because
nothing.
it's either that or it's the bushes.
Nute wasn't able to roll high enough to guesstimate what he believes to be the puzzle, but he was able to suggest that he does not believe that it is the sundial, because the previous one was the sundial. So he doesn't believe this one's the sundial.
But we just need
Sundial
shadows to
path.
attract.
Bush.
I'm just gonna walk.
There is everything that you can see on that map. That's what's available for you.
When I look up in the sky, what do I see?
You see the sky. See a nice,
See these-
shiny, bright sun.
Can
The
I
dark
roll
patches is
intelligence?
just like dark dirt.
Yeah,
It's
and,
just like
yeah.
My intelligence is a +1. If I roll a nat 20,
If you roll a nat 20,
But
you
what's
probably
that little-
would be
what's
able to
that
get
little piece of gray that's pointing
You need to
the-
roll
the
an
right, the top right
intelligence check.
I rolled a nat 1.
on the sundial.
You have been getting incredibly frustrated with these puzzles and getting really bored and frustrated with have the consistency. So you're incapable of coming to any conclusion, and you're hoping that the companions will figure it out because you're starting to get really angry about it.
If I knew what I was doing, it would be different. But I don't know what I'm doing.
I suggest that because the shadows are pointing in every possible walkway, and we know from the previous puzzle to not trust the shadows at this rate, that it has to be something that has nothing to do with the shadows and has nothing to do with the sundial.
maybe it's less about what path we take, and just whatever non-path we take.
What?
Well, the only non-paths that exist are...
Through the wedges, hedges.
I mean, I guess if you want to ruffle your way through some brush, then go for it.
You're saying no paths. And
That's
if
what I'm
it's-
thinking, but I think that's a fair intuition. I think you should test it, and if you get stuck, don't ask me to pull any branches out of your hair. It'll get quite messy.
I don't know, dude.
You guys have any other ideas?
Nope.
That's how we got in the maze. Maybe that's how we get out.
I mean, dude, I'm down. Like, ultimately, I'm down to just try it and see what happens. Do you want to pick which one to go down, or you want me to pick?
Yeah, easy.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Alright, this one. This one.
I just rolled a nat 20.
We go
Oh,
down-
no.
We go down.
I rolled a nat 1 and then a nat 20.
We start to trek through this one.
Okay, who goes first?
I'll go first.
I'm
Okay,
like,
you'll go after, and then you'll fall in the Nute. I need everyone to roll a d20. Nute included.
I got a 2.
Then
Just pants
gum.
Huh?
so I don't get lost.
He wants to be his prison
Like a
bitch.
little kid.
He wants to hold his pocket.
No. He just wants to be his friend. I'm feeling romantical.
Just a base roll.
Just a base roll.
6.
Hakon rolled a 3. And
3.
Newton rolled an 18.
18.
6.
6. What did you roll?
2.
A 2. Okay.
We're high rolling.
You said an 18?
Newton.
Nute got an 18. Okay. I need the 3 of you to roll a d20.
Oh.
New Tay knows some shit. You know?
2.
A 2.
Is New Tay still behind us?
Great question. You actually lose sight of each other.
There you go.
I try to grab your pants and tie them. I try. 14.
14.
9.
9. Lux. You stumble through brush. 5 minutes of just kind of pushing your way through. You haven't come back, and you haven't exited.
Separates us.
You finally are able to make your way out of the brush, out of the hedge. And you see, lying on the ground, at the base of the steps that lead up to Jeanthal's tower, is Nute, his sword on the ground next to him. On top of him is something you haven't seen since the night that this whole adventure started. A massive, scaled and winged blue dragon.
Wait, Nute's getting eaten?
Standing above the unmoving body of Nute Amakir.
What?
The head turns around as you run out of the brush. As the dragon Lenathon stands before you.
You're fucked.
The body turns.
Did I turn around?
This great worm moving to face itself towards you.
W-O-R.
It keeps its body basically perpendicular with yours. Its body going from side to side, cutting you off from Nute, who you can still see kind of between his legs. The head looks down. I've smelled your smell before, Tiefling. You smell of an accursed scent, and that of a farm. I remember your town. Greenest, was it? I was so bored tearing it apart. And now I find you here. I need you two to go ahead and roll a d20. 11. 15. I need you to roll a d20.
Because I stumbled when I found
A 12.
12. Lenathon looks at you. His teeth are massive. It's an adult blue dragon. And around the snout, you can see sparks of static. And it kind of forks and worms its way around his snout, through his nostrils, across his teeth. You can hear this deep-throated thrum as he exhales that moves throughout the beast's body, reverberating like a drum. This massive, like, rhinoceros-like horn from the top of his snout. The wings are kind of curled back, but they're up. They're not outstretched, but they're up and kind of in.
Say something cool.
Call him Q.
Oh my goodness.
You're cute. Maybe he'll be friendly.
Do I know you?
Bro.
That is what I love about tieflings. You and that other cursed one. A bunch of arrogant whelps.
You trying to piss the
Cursed by the gods of the
It's a dragon.
depths of the hells. I hope Resmir has given your other form a thrashing.
Resmir's dead.
I'm well aware.
We also
News
killed-
travels quick.
We also killed a bunch of your friends. You know, a couple of dragons here and there.
Dude, if he focuses anyone this fight,
So
it's gonna be
I've
you,
been
bro.
told.
You're gonna die.
Your companion offered the same arrogant sentiment
Yeah, and now Nute's dead because you want to shit talk the dragon.
and was slain as a result.
You killed Nute.
You look over and you do see, which concerns you, blood pooling down steps.
But is Nute's belly moving?
You can't tell from the focus on the dragon.
It wasn't my fault, dude.
You killed him, Katre.
Yeah, the dice fault.
Yeah, Katre, you killed Nute. It's all Katre's fault.
Nute killed himself.
I'm kidding.
I should have followed closer.
Hakon, at this point, you stumble out of the bushes.
Yeah.
On your knees as you kind of drop, because it's unprepared, so you stumble forward and are caught with the same sight instantly.
What are we doing standing here? Get up! And Hakon's gonna get up.
Oh, today I get to feast. Oh, I get to engorge myself upon the flesh of peasants.
Dude, I want to slap this fucking dragon.
Misty step up the stairs.
And then what? He flies right to you?
Fly up the stairs.
No.
Wait, is it covered or is it just like...
The stairwell?
Yeah.
No, it's open.
It's open?
It's open.
So, can I see where the blood's coming from?
It's coming from Nute. It's pooling down the steps.
Oh, shit.
Because it's
Oh,
pooling.
is he standing on...
He's laying on the steps.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so the blood is pooling down the steps.
Nute's dead.
It's not moving fast, but it is pooling.
Nute is dead. First death. Then a Boris pops through.
Not yet.
Can I misty step on top of the dragon?
You want to?
Right now,
Ride the dragon.
he doesn't seem like he wants to finish Nute off anytime soon, man. Just saying, might not want to piss him off all the way yet.
I heard of your success over Cyanrath, Resmir, over Glazhael.
And surely you've heard of our success uniting the metallic dragons and how we carry the power of Bahamut in our very scepter here. And maybe you
Your
considered
gods have failed you.
your god
You are
is a
too
false
late.
image. And you'll die for nothing.
You see
sack of meat.
you see the electricity begin to spark more, and it's getting faster and a little bit, and you can see the creatures looks tense and angry.
Shit, dude. I don't
Do
have-
not speak
I don't have
about the
energy.
Queen of Dragons with anything other than utmost respect and pride.
Found the dragon simp up in here. Hey, it's alright, we get it. Some fellas like the queen, we're more of the King Bahamut type of guys, you know? You know, the one who actually has a soul or cares about this world that it inhabits instead of just destroying everything for no reason. Like a good old metallic dragon would, or a chromatic dragon, I'm sorry.
I need the two of you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. The dragon leans back, and as its throat opens, you see a bright flash of blue from down its throat. You can see it come at you from within the creature as he's going to lightning breath.
I'm so happy I rolled that. Holy.
Fucking running through the hedges, dude.
What'd you roll?
21.
21. This is a dex save, so you have advantage on it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that was
dead,
because of
also.
danger sense.
Right, so you said a 21. You are going to go ahead and take 33 points of lightning damage. What'd you roll?
22.
22. You also take 33 points of lightning damage. As that happens, a hole is bored through 30 feet down into the hedge.
Oh.
And you see our boar stumble out the side.
I'm here, what's At
that, we will pick up there our next session.
Dun dun dun.
We gonna
As
fight
the clash against Lenathon
Oh,
will begin.
I'm ready to slay this puppy dog.
You guys are running low on goodies.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna die.
We got through a lot of spells. You used like at least 4 dimension doors, so we got 4th and 5th, a little bit of 5th out of the way.
Nute has 1 singular 6th level spell slot, and then nothing but 3rd and 2nd level.
Nute is unconscious.
Yeah. So, maybe it's a good thing that we burned through all his spells. He'll have him back by the next time he's awake.
We'll see. Alright, well, everyone, thank you so much for staying with us for the course of our adventure tonight. We will be back next week with some more Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We'll continue our adventure. We'll have a nice battle map prepared for next week, so it's going to be super fun.
And we finally beat the maze.
You did. It took 3 sessions. It took 3 sessions to beat this maze.
I wouldn't say beat.
This maze took up like 4 pages. It took 3 sessions to beat 4 pages of material. I'm so excited. Now I know for any homebrew, anything that I can homebrew that involves using smarts is what will save me time. That's gonna be it. If I'm running out of ideas, I can just throw a really hard puzzle in front of you and just watch you guys throw your heads against it.
We need to play brain games before camp sessions now so that we can warm up a little.
Either way.
You know, you even brought up that it was like a toilet.
It's like a toilet?
Yeah.
Ah, what?
It spins and then goes.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Oh, I see.
Our brain was turning at max capacity.
Yeah.
You guys got close when you were like, maybe it's under it. I was like, well, that's close. You're fixated on the sundial, and then you went, we'll fly. I went, well, all right.
Maybe. Well, until next time, everybody.
Until we meet again.
Thank you for coming by, and have a good night. Have a good night.